Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Today we are back to finish the last qualifier of the Eternal Challenger League, and so as you guys remember last time, we basically got to the grand finals and the players couldn't quite finish. They had some time constraints, so we did reschedule for today. So normally the finals of the ECL is best of 5, but today the players have opted to go for a best of 7 format just for you guys. So it should be quite a bit of fun. Again, welcome to the stream. It's going to be Random Nicks facing off against ODM Loopy in a best of 7 showdown to determine who's going to be going on to advance to the big Pumbaa Grand Finals. It is time indeed. I just recently woke up, so I'm trying my best to get things going, so bear with me. Going to be a little bit off in the beginning, but you know, it's the nature of the beast. How you guys doing? Best of 7. First match is going to be Random Nicks on the dreaded Vampire Coast, facing off against Loopy, who's going to be on the High Elves. Maybe we're going to see a wild Eltharian pick. Who knows? It could be a relatively short stream, could be a longer one. Best of 7s go all over the place, but if it is a short stream, one of the players gets like a 3-0 sweep or something like that, I might do another stream afterwards. I was actually thinking about trying out Crusader Kings 3, so there could perhaps be another stream, but worst case scenario, I'll just stream it tomorrow and give it a try then. My body is ready as well. Somebody rooting for Coast, certainly a rare sighting indeed. It looks like these scoreboards are all up. And if we take a look at the current qualifiers for the ECL, let's see who has qualified so far. So it is here somewhere. Let me go ahead and find it. There you have it. So in the first week of the ECL, we had Talaxlon Soothsayer qualify, followed up by Anticity, Falcon, Flying Taco, Fist Tech, and Zero. So the individual who wins today's best of 7 is going to be the 7th qualifier. And then from there, we'll have one left. One last showdown to decide them all. And yeah, players are just doing their picks and bans right now. Looks like Random Nicks was expecting a high pick from his opponent. Fairly standard stuff. For Random Nicks' first pick, he did go Coast, banning Dwarves and Empire. So how we're going to be doing picks and bans is the players will get a pick and ban, a double pick and ban for the first game, but from there it's going to be single bans. Because if you do double bans every single game at a best of 7, it gets a little bit ridiculous. So yeah, it's time. I know, waking up early. Well, trying to make it, you know, easy for Random Nicks and Loopy here for sure. And I mean, you know, 10 a.m. isn't that early, but sometimes getting up like and then casting right away, like you're not quite fully alert yet. And I don't drink coffee, so it's I don't have that, you know, artificial stimulant to get me going, unfortunately. Yeah, it's all good though. It is all good. Hope you guys are all staying safe during Nurgle's Great Plague. Let me go ahead and switch on over and get the battle scorecards pulled up. And we'll get started when the players are ready. Start when ready. There you go. You cannot ban the same faction twice, correct. So if you were doing like double picks and double bans for all 7 games, it'd get a little bit ridiculous. Yeah. Hail Turin, son of Turin. I don't know if that's how it works there. Yeah. So double bans multiple times actually unbeneficial for the person who is banning, says Falcon, correct. For the first game, though, I'm not against having a double ban just to get it off to like a smooth start. And then from there, you can just go over to singles and that should be fine. You know, I found that coffee... I don't know if this was actually the case, but I stopped drinking coffee when I was having really bad hand problems like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Because like I was just getting like burning and I was like, you know... Some people have said that coffee is inflammatory and can, you know, kind of exacerbate issues like I had. So I stopped. But honestly, you know, I'm on the fence about trying it again. Because I love coffee. Not drinking coffee, yeah. It's tough, dude. It's tough. Yeah, because I had read some articles about coffee, you know, causing issues for like wrist pain and things like that and joints. And, you know, I didn't really know what was wrong with me at the time. I mean, to a full extent. So I was just kind of like cutting out anything that could be exacerbating my current problems. So it is not my birthday, Harmon, but thank you for the kind words and the support. I appreciate the gesture. I miss it so much. Like every day, it's like a constant struggle. I'm sitting there like just in this internal battle trying to decide if I should have a coffee or not. Yeah, it's always fun. Always a good time. So in chat, we have some biased fans here. We have Zyphos, the clanmate of Loopy, saying, "Go Loopy, let's obliterate Coast." You know, I have tea sometimes, but I don't do caffeine is the thing. It's not that I'm against coffee. I just avoid caffeine. Yeah. And there's a lot of people who don't drink coffee, like Italian Spartacus, for example. He's mentioned that he doesn't drink coffee, but then again, he'll drink those like those protein, not energy drinks, but workout powder drinks. And those have just as much caffeine as coffee, more or less. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's something about the coffee beans. Who knows? I love coffee though, man. When I used to work as a athletic or a sports manager, athletic director, I used to like pound entire just pots of coffee by myself. Just like, man, I used to love it. There's no wheel. There's no wheel up right now. Don't try and trick me. I see you, skip strips. Get out of here with that witchcraft. All right, guys, and now we are here in the first best of 7, or the first game of the best of 7. It's going to be Loopy. He's got Spearmen. He's got Rangers. Rangers are quite good as well. They're in a loose formation, so certainly pretty decent against, mortar fire and things like that. And, of course, against zombie deckhand mobs, they are the ideal tool for really cutting them apart. Bonus for infantry. You don't need great stats, but they can certainly do the trick. So front line is going to be Rangers, backed up by a couple Spearmen on the flanks. And now we're seeing the classic Lothern Sea Guard on the outsides of the formation. So if you guys are a little bit newer to the game, you can go ahead and take a look here and see that the Lothern Sea Guard are on the outsides of the formation. The reason you do this is because they're basically spear infantry with their anti-large, so they can defend your flanks better than standard archers could. It's kind of a cool thing. 2 archers, a couple bolt throwers as well to snipe Morngulls, to trade against enemy artillery pieces. You know, if a wild queen best appears for some reason, having the eagle claw bolt throwers to shoot back at them is quite nice. Reavers, some white lions in the back, and some Narnia up in this hoe. So it is going to be double war lions of Krace. And yeah, these guys, I'm curious about their applications. Maybe like a mobile high mass blocker against like crab play. You know, able to kind of hold back a big crabbo and also have some good AP values in the process. So something to think about. Something to think about. Nicholas Simpson, you can use the PayPal link as well if you're interested. Either way works. Whatever's best for you, brother. No stress. And now for the forces here of Random Nix. He is going to be going for, as Falcon articulated, the dreaded quad carronade. And there are going to be 4 of these bad boys. I think, no, they're not all carronades. So it is going to be double carronade, double mortar. So that does give the bolt throwers a little bit of a better fighting chance. Granted, the range is short. I think the 2 cannons should be able to outtrade the 2 bolt throwers, especially with the support of some deck droppers, as well as the Necrofex Colossus. So yeah, we're getting the big old Colossus, double mortar, double carronade in the back, just in case there's some Reavers back here, some heavy cav. Morngulls aren't bad at stopping up Reavers and things like that. They have enough mass and they have good enough AP values to drag down Silver Helms. So that is it. It is time. One sec, guys. Just got to shut a door here. Yes. Let's do it to it. Yeah, let's hang out, guys. It's going to be fun. Stream will hopefully go to Game 7. That's the dream. To get that full, juicy 2-hour battle between these 2 top-tier players. And remember, these players did battle through 60 players this last week to qualify up here to the top 2 spots. So, it's going to be an Elithanar pick, and I actually like him in this matchup. He's pretty good at sniping out the Colossus, although you got to be careful with like ripping loose shots like that against deckhand mobs, because his ammunition is a bit of a liability for him. We do have a Fire Mage as well with Burning Head and Fireball, so what's probably going to happen is Elithanar will either start sniping Count Noctiluss or going after the carronades. Going after the carronades could certainly be quite good. So Fireball's coming in downtown, but man, that Mage of Fire is taking a pounding from Noctiluss as well as some of those carronades right there. Very scary for sure. Very scary for sure. And here you can see one of the carronades does eat a fireball, and one of the cannon crews is, or at least cannon pieces, I should say, is broken. So he's going to be able to methodically shoot those fireballs and eventually snipe out the carronade crews. Turin, how is the Rick James wound? You know, the good old backhand. Dude, I love it so much. It's so good. But everything's going good. One sec, guys. Sorry, just getting all these like random phone calls this morning. I don't know what witchcraft is afoot, but nonetheless, guys, the battles shall continue on. Here we have some deck droppers flying up in the sky, taking some shots here, and Elithanar certainly has enough stopping power to pick off deck dropper models. And yeah, now you can see the bolt throwers are actually shooting in, going after the deck droppers here. Certainly not bad. In the back, bolt throwers are in range of the front line of the Vampire Coast, not in range of the carronades quite yet. And it looks like your boy Elithanar is going to be switching his shots onto Count Noctiluss now, so opting not to go for the carronades anymore. So we have 3 of 3 carronades right here. I would imagine the Firecaster probably will overcast another Fireball down here and try and snipe some of the carronade models. Yeah, probably. It'd be really crazy to see actually a block. Like, for example, if Random Nix were able to pull some like Morngulls or something like that in front of those guys, that'd be really gangster for sure. But Elithanar is a very small target, so, you know, Count Noctiluss with his spread fire cannon isn't quite able to make contact. And yeah, I do not believe there's any healing on the High Elf army. I'm not seeing any life caster. It's very common to see like double mage. You see like a fire mage with fireball and like an earthblood caster to get a little bit of healing, which is very risky for sure. Granted, if you look at this High Elf army, there's not like a ton that needs a bunch of healing. I mean, the mage itself, of course, could use some healing, but aside from that, I mean, maybe the White Lions, or the War Lines of Crace. Maybe a little bit of Narnia healing, who knows. So Fireball going in, and he's actually opting to go after the mortars now, so I think he's kind of abandoned his plan before of like trying to deal with the carronades, and now he's just going to be poking in, going after the mortars, which will then save his archers, right? The archers are countered by mortars. That's the classic rock, paper, scissors of those boys. So, yeah, Lithanar, again, I agree. I don't think he's necessarily worth healing per se. I mean, when he runs out of ammo, he's kind of, you know, he just runs around with his swords, and man, I can't tell you. I had a game against Aerocrastic in the same matchup where I was playing High Elves and he was playing Coast, and like, oh man, Lithanar couldn't even kill freaking Noctols when he was at like 20% HP, and he was like full. Very disappointing stuff. But yes, the skirmish phase is certainly underway. Mortars are shooting in, but the Rangers are in a loose formation, which is like it's like a blessing and a curse for them in a way against mortars, because if they're more tightly, I think it's still better than being tightly packed though. Tightly packed explosions do so much damage against like spearmen and these archers, and High Elves have always really struggled against mortar play. It's been one of the better tools against them for quite some time. If they're going with archers, that is. Now, Big Papa Noctil has certainly taken, you know, some heavy fire. It looks like Lithanar has been ripping his shots into him for quite some time and has gotten him down to about 80%, give or take. Another fireball going down. So this carronade is 100% KO'd. Yep. So this is just a haggard zombie crew right now. Lithanar accidentally wasting another shot here, but it looks like that carronade crew is pretty much down for the count. So as far as the artillery toll goes, Random Nick does have mortars here, 2 mortars here, and 3 carronades. So he's pretty much overall lost 3 cannons plus 1 mortar in this initial exchange the players have had. And it looks like Coast is going to be advancing, not wanting to play the artillery game for that much longer. Mortars coming in, shooting into the Rangers. I'm not sure if they're in range yet of the archers in the back line. Yes, no edits for these bloopers. That is correct. That is correct. This is live and in charge. Some of the Reavers in the back are trying to get back here. ODM Loopy coming around here. And it looks like some of the deck droppers here, Random Nicks, are on the hunt, coming after these deck droppers here. Or excuse me, these Illyrian Reavers, who now are going to be beelining for the carronades. This is why I like using Mourngulls as a backline defensive unit, though, because it looks like these are just all open right now. It just looks like a big old jolly wonderland of free artillery pieces that you can feast on. But here comes the Reavers, perhaps to be intercepted by the Mourngulls. But of course, Loopy is paying attention. He sees that the Mourngulls are back here, and he isn't going to be giving it up for free. Now, High Elf forces are advancing pretty aggressively. Lothern Seaguard probably going to start shooting at bombers. Bombers are the big existential threat here. Bombers can do a massive damage against spearmen, pretty much against everything you see here. So focusing down the 2 bombers is going to be a big priority for sure. And they got a big HP pool, though. Those boys are thick for sure. 6,000 plus, if I'm not mistaken. So you're really going to have to get all those shots off. It looks like there's going to be a burning head going down. And the zombies, the swift zombies using those decrepit rotten legs, are able to dodge that burning head. Very, very good play there. Oh no, but the burning head, is it going to go through and hit the other group as well? Maybe it will. Ooh, that was actually a pretty fortunate burning head, because that's going to lead to crumbling here on the Deccan mobs, even faster crumbling. And yeah, looks like the burning head at least was able to hit this other group. Now in the back here, you can see the Reavers are being forced back by some handgun mobs. The other ones are being chased down by scurvy dogs and deck droppers. So it more or less looks like the harass in the back line coming in from the Reavers isn't going to be super effective here. And now they're really going to be forced into a headlong fight to see how this turns out. So yes, the stakes are high indeed. Lothern Seaguard shooting in, going after the other bombers. Very, very good play here by Loopy, making sure to focus down those big boys. Certainly a big threat. But, you know, Coast is also getting some good sniping. You can see here the Mage of Fire is pretty much almost dead. It looks like the remaining carronade has been ripping some fat shots here. In the back, this one Reaver is poked down by the deck droppers and then feasted on by scurvy dogs. So it's always a really good feeling as a Coast player when you're able to get rid of all your opponents like mobile harass, and then you can just like cackle as your backline unleashes its full salvo. Yes, the zombie jukes. The Mage of Fire is broken. Lithanar is pretty low in ammo, and he's not going to be terribly useful for the rest of this game. More or less a glorified zombie killer here. He's got 400 weapon strength and pretty good combat stats. I mean, at this point, maybe he could fight Noctilus on his peg leg beast. A little bit hard to say. I mean, 2,000 HP, Noctilus has about 2,000. Yeah, he'd probably still lose that, to be honest. So some of the High Elf archers are falling back. Unfortunately for the High Elf, some of the bombers do get in range here, but it looks like another burning head is going to be going down. This could be a good one. Even if it misses this first group of zombies, it probably will go through the bombers here, and yes, it does. That will probably lead to their demise. It takes out a lot of models, also puts them at a very low leadership point. Crumbling, though, is a mechanic I feel should scale according with the amount of leadership. So, like, if you're at, like, negative 10 leadership, for example, with Undead, I feel like it should be like, okay, that's 10 HP per second. Negative 30 should be like 30 HP per second. I think something like that could be a cool change. But it still takes them out very quickly there, so not that big of a deal. Now, High Elves, as far as ammunition in the back goes, they have the bolt throwers, both of which are probably sub 15%. They have a little bit of Narnia support here in the backline as well. The Warlines of Krace going to be coming around. I don't know what their goal is going to be. Maybe to go shut down these gunnery mobs and then drift back and go after some of the artillery pieces. Because unfortunately, there's still a fair amount of ammo here on these carronades, and the mortars as well are sitting pretty good on ammo, which means his High Elf force is going to be getting bombarded. And if that's the case, oh man, and they're so bunched up here. A little bit of a mistake. Definitely need to spread out. They're going to be taking mortar fire. Noctilus is also targeting them. I think Loopy does see how bunched up they are right here and knows that taking those bad boys out is going to be very important. But man, really good play from both players. Random Nyx has done an excellent job of defending his back line and really making sure his artillery has been able to fire this entire game. Now the Night Terrors are coming in. Now they might get dragged down by some sort of spear unit, Lothern Seaguard. They're going to be getting in there pretty balls deep, and you can see here these archers are going to be getting torn to shreds, and certainly not an experience they're looking forward to, not looking to be part of this life here. So that's how it goes for them. Archers are completely broken. The Night Terrors, of course, are now rampaging because they do have the rampage as a penalty for being a good unit. Lothern Seaguard now shooting in, going after those guys, and the White Lions are going to be intercepting. And White Lions, you know, though they're not good against Mourngulls, should be able to hold them in place while the Lothern Seaguard are able to finish them. Currently, as the bounce power looks, it certainly feels and looks like the Vampire Coast is pulling ahead in this game. It's a tricky situation because ammunition is running very, very sparse here for the forces of the High Elves. And, you know, Big Papa Noctilus is still going. Fireball's coming downtown, 2,000 HP. He does have a little bit of healing room left, so one more invocation could perhaps give him about 200 HP, but I don't think that the High Elves are going to be able to pull this one out. Mourngulls, cannons, there's handgun mobs in the back, which are going to be able to advance, and on top of that, you can see there's still a full health group of Scurvy Dogs, which at this point in the game is just brutal. Scurvy Dogs are going to be feasting on the souls of these archers. They'll come kill these archers. They could probably... the Warlines of Krace Narnia might be able to fight back against them. It's hard to say. I mean, it's still possible for the High Elves to win, but it's going to be a tough one for sure. We will see how this unfolds. So the Bolt Thrower crews are having to get their hands dirty. These guys, of course, not digging this. I think, what do they have, like little gladiuses or like short swords or something? Yeah, they're getting in there fighting those zombies. Deccan mobs just going strong to the bitter end. Mourngulls are crumbling down, and the fact that Coast has handgun mobs, though, is the big problem. Like, 120 models here, 120 models here, like... I feel like even if these High Elf archers used all of their ammunition to try and focus down this one zombie gunnery mob, they still would like take a while. Also considering that there's still ammunition back here. The mortars and the mortars here both have not ample ammunition, but they have some. Yeah, you can see here their cannon crews have just been chilling this entire game since their cannon pieces were destroyed. But the High Elves certainly falling behind in this game, especially with the Scurvy Doggos back here, feasting on the souls here of these archers. The Warlines of Krace able to jump in and should be able to finish off the Scurvy Dogs. They do have a bonus for his infantry, and Scurvy Dogs are infantry size, so Narnia is certainly a hard counter against the Doggos here, but Aslan is not going to be able to save these archers from their demise as they do break and shatter. And now the Scurvy Dogs being sent over here after the Mage of Fire. Loopy with a valiant attempt to come back here, but there's Mourngulls, there's two handgun mobs which are just advancing. And these two handgun mobs are more or less just going to absolutely flatten this High Elf army. Like, that is a lot of stopping power for this late. For 11 minutes into a battle like this, that is a lot of stopping power. Yeah, and there you have it, guys. Here they come. We have a donation from Nicholas. He says, don't even own Warhammer Total War, but my goodness, you make the multiplayer scene accessible, familiar with T90 and the Age of Empires 2 crowd. Yeah, I actually used to play a lot of Age of Empires when I was very young, but I haven't followed the pro scene. I know it still has a very active competitive scene as well. I loved Age of Empires, but the reason why I don't expand too much into other RTS titles is because, you know, for the longest time I've been dealing with this cursed hand issue, which has prevented me from playing a lot of games. But as I hopefully eventually get better, I mean, getting the surgery I got doesn't guarantee you get better, but hopefully I will. I'll be able to branch into other titles, perhaps Age of Empires 2. Thank you so much, Nicholas, for the donation. Thank you, thank you. So Lithanar doing his anime tumbles here into the handgun mobs, making a stylish exit here, but he's certainly going to have a bad time as a raid storm comes down from the sky. Count Noctilus clapping those metaphorical Lithanar cheeks here. And now Count Noctilus is going to be advancing, and of course he's a big terror-causing beast at the end of the day. He's able to advance, and it's probably going to be army losses pretty soon. Noctilus and the Mourngulls are both very capable of dealing with Lithanar, but in the back line, pretty good play here by Loopy. He's able to get some dogs around, or some war lines, but it's too late at this point. Yeah, he's going to be able to kill all these, but there's just no way. I mean, there's Mourngulls, there's handgun mobs. Noctilus was banking summons in the back pocket as well, which is incredible. I mean, the fact that Random was able to hold those, very, very good patience from him. So well played. Yes, well played indeed. All right, guys, that's game one in our best of 7 series. Going to Random Nyx. Certainly a hotly contested match, going the full 11-minute mark. You know, I've had that same thing happen to me with a Lithanar, where like you just kind of run out of ammo. Like I feel like going with like some sort of a mobile lord like Alario with like some phoenixes is just so much better against Coast. But I don't know. That's just my experience. I could be wrong. I'm not a very good high elf player. All right, GG. All right, so let's go ahead and pick a new map for these players. We will do River Amazon. Map set. So now the players will do their picks and bans, and we're just going to hang out and chat and enjoy life. That's it. That is it. Yeah, the Bannerlord. I'll definitely get back to some Bannerlord. I enjoyed that game quite a bit. I'm excited to try Crusader Kings. You see, I'm more of a person who enjoys battles, though, so I'm not sure how I'm going to like Crusader Kings, but I was also a huge fan of Civilization 5. So I think there's some hope there for enjoying that kind of a genre. Yeah, so we'll give it a try. Ben Lopez, you and T90 official would be a casting dream team. Yeah, I'll check him out, man. I'll check him out. Yeah, man, I wish there would be like a... I wish a comeback would happen for like the RTS genre and like the esports scene, because like mainstream esports, like it just like RTS just really doesn't. I mean, yeah, sure, there's a StarCraft scene, there's a little Warcraft scene as well, Warcraft 3, but for the most part, it's I would really like to see like somehow, I don't know how it would happen, but I do miss the days like when I remember when like Twitch was first becoming big, and you know StarCraft 2 was the biggest esport. Man, that was so. I used to just like love watching that, man. I used to love it. But I do enjoy grand strategy as well. Like I was a big fan of Civ 5. I used to play multiplayer Civ 5 with my friends. We used to have a blast, man. I love Civilization 5. It was a great game. This is just the grand finals, yeah, because we weren't able to finish it last time, so it may be a relatively short stream. Hey, Ben Lopez and Nicholas, thank you guys so much for your donations. Much appreciated. Yeah, Company of Heroes is still going strong. I mean, but I'm talking about something like thick, big. Check out Iron Harvest. Is Iron Harvest out yet, or is that in early access? Yeah, because I've seen it. Yeah, maybe a Lithanar should have more ammo. Like, Luther Harkin, I feel like never runs out of ammo, like ever. But like, why would this Master Archer like have issues with ammunition? I mean, comparatively speaking, right? Yeah, Age of Empires 3 could be really cool. Yeah. I'll definitely be willing to give that a try. Yeah, MOBAs are not RTSs. Yeah, correct. Definitely not. Although sometimes if you're on like Twitch and you search RTS, it pulls up a bunch of MOBAs, unfortunately. There's a new Age of Empires game coming out. I haven't played Civilization 6. No, it didn't really tickle the pickle, you know what I'm saying? Like something about it, like the cartoony style, I don't know, it just didn't, I didn't feel the drive to play it, but I loved Civ 5. Man, Civ 5 was my favorite. Yeah, the biggest issue with multiplayer and like, you know, being mainstream is that it's so hard to get into. Like if you take the average, you know, Fortnite player, you know, these wee lads and you know, throw them into like a game like StarCraft or something, it's the learning curve is so much higher. That's the problem with like getting into RTS games in general, is the learning curve. And you know, a lot of people these days just want that quick fix, that quick reward, you know, get in, learn the game really quick and be able to get in and play, which I understand. But the RTS genre, you know, takes some grinding to get into. So Age of Empires 4. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, Civ 5 was really good, man. I love Civilization 5. You ever played Grey Goo? No, I have not. I have not played the Grey Goo. So next match, guys, by the way, is going to be Skaven versus Dark Elves. Loopy's going to be Dark Elves banning Bretonnia and Dwarves, and then he's going to be going Skaven. So yeah, we got Dark Elves versus Skaven. Fun matchup. Probably going to see some Poison Wind Mortars, maybe some Giselles. A little this, a little that. Should be fun. Yeah. Yeah, Ben Lopez, I completely understand, dude. I would do the same thing. I used to play FPS games, yeah. Which ones did I play the most though? I mean, I was a big Halo player, like back in like 2000, back in 2000, you know, 7, 8, 9. Like, I was playing Halo hardcore, and when I was in like high school, I was a really big like Halo the original, like Combat Evolved and Halo 2. I was pretty competitive at that game. I was pretty good. But after that, I played Gears of War. I played the entire Gears of War series, like the first and second game. Well, not entire series, but what other shooters did I play? I played the early Call of Duty games. I really liked the original Call of Duties. I played Battlefield games. There was a, there was a really cool Battlefield game. It was like Battlefield 21 something. Like it was a sci-fi Battlefield game that I really loved, where you like go and board enemy ships and stuff. Yeah, but after that, I didn't really play too many like shooter games. Yeah. Herder says, I don't agree about the learning curve. There's a breaking point in SC2 or Age of Empires 2. You never really get the game. I think it's largely a perception problem. Yeah, it's fair opinion. I personally feel like it's a hard learning curve. Like, okay, so I can take someone who's never played a video game. I can put them on like a first-person shooter, like a MOBA. And they have a champion. The champion only has like 4 or 5 abilities, right? Like it's very easy to conceptualize that and only manage that one presence. You see the champion in the game. You're like, okay, this is me. I have 4 buttons I press. This button attacks. This button makes me harder to kill. Like it's fairly simple, but you put someone in an RTS game where they have to macro manage hundreds of units. They have to do base building. They have to like conceptualize their opponent's strategies and movements. I think it becomes a lot more complex. Not to say that MOBAs aren't complex. I think that the metagame of MOBAs and obviously knowing every other champion you're facing requires a lot of knowledge, but I'm talking about the initial barrier of entry. Like it's much harder to get in to RTS games. That's just my opinion though. Of course, I could be wrong or you could have different opinions. Doesn't mean, either of us are wrong or right. It's just how I feel. Yeah, 2142. Yeah. Yeah. Battlefield 2142. I remember that one. Yeah, I used to listen to like techno music while I was playing that. I remember that. Oh man, that was fun. Yeah, you guys are early. We're in game 2 right now, so it's going to be Random Nix against Loopy. Random Nix was able to win the first match using Coast, which is one of his main factions. Now, something to consider is that this is a best of 7 stream, so players are going to be forced a little bit out of their normal habitat in that they're going to be forced to play factions they might not be as good at. Now, what they want to do to counterbalance that is push in quickly and obviously, try and end the series before they have to play factions they're not good at. So, yeah. Yeah, it's true. No, 100%. MOBAs, you have items, there's matchups. There's a lot to it as well. I'm not taking away from the pro players who play that. I've always just felt like it's harder to learn. And I'm not talking about the high end as much of like high-end MOBA play, high-end RTS play, both very complicated. But I'm talking more so about getting in initially, right? Like I could teach someone to play a MOBA much quicker than I could like StarCraft 2 or like Total War, for example. Yeah. But like on the high end of things, yeah, they're both, quite challenging. For sure. Company of Heroes, yeah. Never really tried that. That was one of the games I never picked up, but I'd certainly be interested. Samuel Christensen, thank you for the $5. He says, looking forward to watching this after work. Ever play Battle for Middle-earth? Hell yes! And there's a reforged version coming out. Dude, I will go so balls deep in that game. Battle for Middle-earth 2 Reforged or something? Yeah, there's a Reforged project for that. Like, and it's all fan-made. It looks really good, actually. I'm quite excited to give it a try. Yeah. Yeah, Necromunda for PC is coming out in a few days. Yeah, I might try that as well. I saw that. All right, guys, let's get back to business. Talk some Warhammer. So Random Mix here, Skaven Slave. Secondary line's going to be a fair amount of clan rats, actually. Looks like he's got 5 rats of the clan. Should be fun. Did you know that Turin character is a game? Yes. Yeah. My rogue army in Total War Warhammer 2, it leads a stack of Treemans, Stegodons, and Waywatchers. It's pretty gross. It's one of the nastier ones for sure. Like Waywatchers, and yeah, it's a fun one. In Random Nix, of course, going to be going with double mortar. This is very standard for Skaven. The mortars are probably one of the best units on the roster. I feel like Poison Wind mortars, I used to think it was Jezzail's, but like after using mortars a lot and playing against them, I just feel like they're so damn powerful. So you got 2 Poison Wind mortars here. And just in case the Dark Elves try and go deep in the back line, he does have some Warp Grinders. Warp Grinders are just always good. Rat Ogres back here to use their mass to stop the advance of Dark Riders and Cold One Knights. Probably not Cold One Knights, but any monstrous large unit or cav unit pushing through should do the trick. Ixtra's Triads as well, and it is going to be a Grey Seer on the bell. A Plague, actually, for Random Nix with a little bit of a Skirmishing Corps in the front via 2 Night Runners. Now for the Drew Keep. Front line's going to be Bleak Swords. He has a little bit of a Harass Corps here in the form of dual Dark Riders. Up in the sky, it's going to be Feral Manscores. Feral Manscores are dirt cheap, 800 gold, and they cause terror. Exceptional Lagooning Skaven characters and gun lines. I really like those bad boys. Slaanesha's Harvesters. Oh, baby, the double Hydra. And this is, dude, the double Hydra here, I think, is a really, really good choice. Because the Skaven army is so invested in killing infantry via the double mortars. There's no hell pits. There's not really that much dedicated anti-large here. These Hydras are going to be an absolute terror in the night for that Skaven army. On top of that, we do have Malekith. I got excited for a second. Got a little bit of a quarter chub here, thinking that it might be Malekith, but not Malekith, but a Malice Darkblade. But you can't have everything in life. We have double Hydra. Let's not get greedy here. All right. Sisters of Singing Doom as well. Those ladies do cause terror, and that is going to be it for this army. So a little bit of lag. Let me check. It's just us 3. It'll pass. It'll pass, guys. Don't worry. Let me tell him it'll pass. Just making sure I don't think there's anyone else in the lobby here. We'll see. Cool. Pete. Yeah, Battle for Middle-earth Reforged. How does that work? When? Maybe I could show you guys the trailer. I could pull it up and show you guys some stuff over the course of the stream. That is a lot of Hydras. And yeah, I don't know when it's going to come out, the Battle for Middle-earth Reforged, but hopefully sooner than later. So the one thing on the Skaven army that will be good against the Hydras probably are the Gutter Runners with Poison, and the Night Runners here. They certainly give you some poke. I mean, there are a couple Skaven Slaves, and we do have Ixcha's Triads as well, so he's not completely defenseless. Oh no! He shot the mortar right on top of the Council Guard, which did make contact with him and apply the poison. That's truly a Skaven way here, which is great. Hold on one sec, guys. I'm just making sure I have the sound on. Last stream, I went through half the games without the sound, and that really kind of triggered me there. Anyway, Skaven Slaves are being sent forward as the mortars rain some hot fire here. This is truly a Skaven engagement, right? You throw in the Skaven Slaves, you just pepper them with your own friendly fire. It's glorious stuff. Now in the back line, we do have some pressure coming in from the Dark Riders. You can see the Seismic Snare is active, and some Rat Ogres are going to be peeling over, and the Dark Riders certainly will be taking a lot of damage. Both mortars are more or less in okay shape, and the Slaanesha's Harvesters and the Hydras coming in on this side. Ooh, look at the breath attack from the Chill of Sontar. Nasty, nasty stuff right there. Those Clan Rats getting destroyed by the Chill of Sontar breath attack. That was nasty stuff. And now the Bleak Swords are going to be piling in the front line. The backline harass has in many ways been dealt with, but the Manticore is still flying overhead. Dark Riders and Slaanesha's Harvesters lurking over here. And this is actually a pretty good engagement for the Rats. They are able to get the Ixcha's Triads, the anti-large halberd Rats, with some Rat Ogres fighting against the Hydra in an isolated environment. But what needs to happen here is Loopy needs to get these Sisters of Singing Doom and come over here and just wreck these Rats. Just wreck it, Ralph, all over those Rats. We'll certainly see how it does. So mortars are shooting in. Looks like they're now going after the Sisters of Singing Doom, which are being mortared pretty heavily. Here in the center, the Manticore is being dragged down by Warp Grinders, Rat Ogres, as well as the Seer, but it looks like some of the Dark Riders were able to circumvent the defenses of the Rats and are able to temporarily shut down those mortar teams. Not going to kill them super quickly, but at the very least, a temporary kind of halt on their inexorable advance. So the Grey Seer Plague still embroiled in combat here, able to push back these Dark Riders, and the Manticore is at 8 leadership, but just like I said, there's not a lot of dedicated anti-large in this army, and ooh, this is a nice pick here. You can see Loopy is going to be getting a Soul Stealer here on the Night Runners and Gutter Runners, who are very bunched up, and these Harvesters are going to be able to jump on these Rats and certainly cause quite a bit of damage here, so you can see these scary faces of all these skulls here. And yeah, that's some nice work right there. Keeping these guys away from the Hydras and a lot of the big other scary elements here of this Dark Elf army is very, very good for sure. Man, the Chill of Sontar definitely went quite ham there. That was scary indeed. Random Nyx using the dreaded 13th spell, going to be summoning some Storm Vermin. I don't know if it's going to be super impactful here. I mean, because the Slaanesha's Harvesters can probably just run away. Sorry about the lag, guys. I don't know who's lagging here. I don't think it's me because my bitrate is actually quite good now. But when you do have players connecting from all over the world, so we have Poland to France to USA here, there's, a lot of places that we can run into lag and different things like that. Wreck-It Ralph, I know. I've never made a Wreck-It Ralph here joke on the channel, I don't believe. But if we look around, you can see here, Malekith is battling a bunch of Rats with spears here on his Velociraptor. Definitely should try and get out of this engagement if he can. Or maybe just trying to blob these Rats up, and then from there, the Chill of Sontar or the other Hydra is perhaps going to be getting a big breath attack. One of the Hydras is routing? Yeah, it would appear so. The Ixcha's Triads are anti-large, and there were Ogres there as well. This is pretty unfortunate here for Loopy. It definitely gives, if the Sisters or something had just come over there, the Hydras don't need to be amongst all those Halberds and Rat Ogres and things like that. Seems like the lag is stabilizing a little bit, guys. So, yeah, I don't really know how that guy broke. I guess just the Halberds and Ogres were able to do it. The dreaded 13th spell is active for a period of time. These are the Council Guard here, of course, but up here on the high ground, we do have the Storm Vermin with Halberds who are trying to screen out some of the Dark Riders. And it looks like Random Nyx might be pulling ahead in this game ever so slightly. You can see here the Sisters of Singing Doom are being grinded to dust here by the Council Guard. And yeah, if the other Hydra could be saved, that'd be quite substantial. But I believe, yeah, the other Hydra's still going. Oh, and it's back! That is huge for Loopy. It looks like the Chill of Sontar and Malekith were able to come over here and actually peel the Ixcha's Triads. Yeah, man, that's really nice. And now you can see the War Hydra is back, and the War Hydra is definitely going to do very well here against these Rat Ogres. Going to be able to feast on their souls. The regeneration, obviously being a very powerful monster, the ability to terror out those guys is going to lead to their downfall here. And yeah, man, that is a huge play. However, if we look at the rest of the battle, I mean, it's certainly not going very well for the Dark Elves. Just like we pan out for just 1 second, we look here, and you can see there's like no Dark Elf forces here. The Council Guard are perfect health. The Mortars are more or less active. There's Warp Grinders, the Grey Seers in perfect shape. I mean, yeah, both players kind of reforming ranks where they can. It'll pass. Yeah, it seemed to have passed. So I think we're okay. We have a donation coming in from Ozkirk. Good to have you back, man. Hope your hand is getting better. Yeah, it's a slow and steady process, but I'm getting better by the day. It's just, it's going to take some time. In the Chill of Sontar we trust? Yeah. I mean, there needs to be a good breath attack to kill the halberds there. The Council Guard have to get pounded by that. There still is some Dark Elf mobility. We have, in the back here, we have a couple Dark Riders that are kind of lurking in the shadows. And yeah, we have a War Hydra as well. Here in the trees that is healing with Malekith. The Hydras are gonna, have to get out here, but they could be dragged down for sure. If the Council Guard aren't dealt with, plus the Rat Ogres, like the Rat Ogres stacked with Council Guard is actually a pretty good combo against Hydras. I believe the Mortar teams are gonna start shooting. Start going after the Chill of Sontar perhaps, but now if you have other targets like Slaanesha's Harvesters, these other guys, you definitely want to go after those guys. So yeah, and after this game, we can take a quick. We'll let the players like reload, maybe reset their routers or something, and then we'll get back to business. Let's see what kind of damage this actually does to the big Hydra. Yeah, the Hydra is actually able to out-heal the damage. Obviously, Poison Wind Mortars, you want to use them against units that have multiple models because it does damage based per unit, if I'm not mistaken. So here we have the Gutter Runners and the Slingers. Looks like a breath attack coming in from the Chill of Sontar. Malekith certainly has some teeth here. If Malekith is able to get a blob fight. Oh, where's that going? Is it going after the Mortars? It looks like it is. Okay, that's pretty good. That actually hit the Council Guard and the Poison Wind Mortars. That was a really, really good breath attack there from the Chill of Sontar. And here we have the Harvesters pushing in, able to run over some of the supporting rats there in the front line, and now going to be making their way towards the back line. Dark Elves do have some rallying forces here. You have Dark Riders in the back, Dark Riders in the back as well. Yeah, it seems like the lag comes and goes. So hopefully it'll just kind of stabilize. Hopefully one player is just having a little bit of a temporary spike. But again, it might not necessarily be them. It could just be the fact that we're all connecting from different places, and it's the nature of the beast. It seems okay now. So Dark Riders do get back here, going after what appears to be just basic clan rats, so just trying to get freebies wherever they can. Malekith going after the Poison Wind Mortars. And the Hydras are both making their way in. Mass terror routes are going down for the Skaven forces here. You can see the clan rats with spears are breaking. Ix's Triads making their way downtown. They're coming back in here with the concealment bombs active. The Chill of Sontar certainly has been an ace. It looks like Malekith here is kind of mucking up. I think Malekith might be baiting here against the Council Guard, trying to get them to blob up on top of him while the other War Hydra moves in for a breath attack. Hard to say. The Grey Seer is moving in now. Clan Rats with spears. Council Guard really are the bastion here of the Skaven army. Those guys are going to be huge. And it looks like a big Soul Stealer going down from Malekith. It should hit the Council Guard in its current radius, but the primary target is the Poison Wind Mortar teams. Ooh, it actually does hit Clan Rats, but it doesn't hit Council Guard for some reason. Looks like maybe they're just a little bit out of the range. It has to be like hitting the center mass of the unit, typically speaking. Oh, look at this. This is going to be a fat one. Gaze of Malice coming down from Malekith. Brutal damage. Just eviscerates those Council Guard. That was some big Chungus damage right there. And over here, the other War Hydra definitely is going to want to get closer to Malekith, although, maybe not, considering the Council Guard are here. You can see here the Warpquake is going down. Warpquake is going to be doing some nice snaring here on the Hydra. Oh, but look at that. A Blade Storm coming down from Loopy as well, tearing through those Clan Rats. Nasty, nasty damage right there, guys. And you can see the Chill of Sontar, not the Chill of Sontar, but the other War Hydra is going to break, but not before Malekith gets a ton of kills. He's up to 177. He's done a really good job punishing here. And does the Chill of Sontar have any breath attacks left? I don't really know. It looks like maybe he was thinking about doing a breath attack. Yeah, now it's going to be pulling back. It looks like there's going to be a rat summon. Yeah, some clan rats are chasing the poor Chill of Sontar. And now I don't think that Random Nix is going to make the same mistake again of letting that War Hydra come back. However, oh, never mind. Loopy's got some Dark Riders here. The Dark Riders will be able to easily block those Rat Ogres. And then the War Hydra should be able to come back and potentially heal and be a threat as we do progress here. But the Chill of Sontar is fully surrounded. Seismic Snare is active. He's certainly not having a good time as he is shanked by many Council Guard. There still are 78 models right there. And you can see there's a lot of those bad boys. But the Chill of Sontar is broken as well. And that is going to put Random Nix ahead on the bounce of power. And yeah. The Hydras are both breaking. I think the other one might come back. I mean, it's certainly not 100% over. I don't know if anything is fast enough here to keep up with the Chill of Sontar. I think so, actually. Yeah, 46 speed. Yeah, and most Skaven are like 38. I think the Council Guard are 38. The Eshin Rats are like in the 40s. So that Chill of Sontar is going to be breaking once again. The ECL stands for the Eternal Challenger League. It's kind of themed around Wulfric the Wanderer. Yeah, and I thought it kind of had a esporty ring to it, so that's what we went with. So Malekith here is able to rally. He's able to save that Hydra. Remember, the healing is quite important. If the Chill of Sontar could be rallied and maybe like make its way back towards Malekith and they could get their breath attacks kind of synchronized, maybe. But the Chill of Sontar is danger close to the edge of the battlefield. And the Ixchis Triads are also nearby, yeah. And you can see the rats are like right on the tail. Falcon feeling personally betrayed by the Chill of Sontar. Cowardly routing off the battlefield here. It's so healthy too. But, you know, yeah, Hydras don't have good leadership. But it was fully surrounded too and snared and taking like anti-large pokes and was not having a good time in the process. Willick, oh, and the Hydra comes back at the edge of the battlefield. Oh, that is so foul. And now it's going to be trying to make its way towards its allies there. Oh, man, and look at all the rats going after it. They're swarming. They're trying to break it. Oh, but look at that. The Warp Grinders were actually close enough, and they're able to get the Seismic Snare. The Chill of Sontar, this is going to be its last stand. You just got to fight here. At this point, you're not going to get away, probably. Maybe. But, you know, there's Gutter Runners nearby, too. Oh, look at this. More Clan Rats being summoned. The Skaven are like, no, drag down the Beast. It's back. The Beast of Burden. And over here, what do we have? We have Malekith and his other Hydra dealing with those Rat Ogres. I don't know, man. The Chill of Sontar is trying, but it's broken. It is broken indeed. And I don't see that bad boy coming back here. Yeah, the poor Chill of Sontar is running for the hills. Run to the hills. Turn and fight, Beast. The Chill of Sontar actually taking a really good route. Like, I always am perplexed when this happens. The Chill of Sontar here is actually breaking and running the other way. And again, sorry about the lag, guys. Not only is this a very long contested game going like 9 or 10 minutes, but it's also a little bit laggy, so it feels longer. But the Chill of Sontar is like, it's running towards its father. It's running towards Malekith and the other Hydra here. Oh, that is really fortunate. If the other Hydra and Malekith are able to get over here, and maybe join forces with like a Soul Stealer, maybe there's a chance. But there's Warp Grinders, there's still, you know, Gutter Runners. Council Guards still have 78 freaking models. Things are getting pretty wild here in this game. It's breaking the right way for sure. It might be able to get enough distance. Malekith needs to get over here, and if he has a Soul Stealer, there's still a chance. Currently, Random Nyx is certainly in a state of advantage here. Dark Elves pretty much have nothing but single entities left, so they're just going to be moving into attack at this point. And yeah. Smart beastie, I know. Unfortunately for that beastie, we do have the Ixchis Triads here, and they're really fast. They have 54 speed against the 46 of the Hydra, so they should be able to kind of keep pace and make sure that bad boy doesn't, you know, come back here. The Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers as well. Still, you know, pretty spry unit. Going to be a little bit tough to break as well. But this is it. This is the final battle for the fate of Middle-earth. Oh, and the Hydra came back again! The dreaded Chill of Sontar! No, it didn't. How did it come back? And now it's going to be attacking these guys. And I would imagine a big breath attack is going to be ready here. I mean, the Skaven army is perfectly blobbed for a breath attack and a Soul Stealer. Oh my god. It looks like Gaze of Malice is going to be going down for Malekith right there. Nice one. Tears through that Skaven advance. And here comes the breath attack from the Hydra. It's got to go in the Council Guard. They're like the biggest threat. And the Chill of Sontar does shatter, but not before it buys some time. Warp Grinder did use its snare. This is the fight. This is the battle for the fate of Middle-earth. Oh, here it comes. Oh no, and the Skaven army gets a huge breath attack right on its dome there. And Malekith's going to be charging in. Hydra going in as well. But it looks like the Skaven are saving a summon in their back pocket. Yeah, they have some Clan Rats here. Certainly been a very, very good game. Does Malekith have a Soul Stealer? Skaven's still very ahead. Oh, and he had the dreaded 13th spell! Check this out! So a whole group of Storm Vermin are summoned here in the 4th quarter. And these guys are Halberd Rats. They're anti-large. And man, that is huge. So he was saving the dreaded 13th spell. I'm so happy we get to see that. It's so much fun to see that in action. And Random Nyx actually used it in the qualifier before. And he was able to win a couple games with it. So certainly very cool. But there's no way the Hydra is going to be able to do it. It's at its freaking healing cap. And now there's a ton of Halberd Rats here. And since all that he has left are single entities, he's going to be forced into combat. So Random Nyx is going to be claiming victory. And that is going to be game. The dreaded 13th spell. I love being able to actually say dreaded and have it not just be a meme. Have it be the actual name of something. That was pretty metal. Well played. Sorry about the lag, guys. I'll talk to the players here, see if there's anything we can do. But that is going to be 2 Oh, for random nicks. Now it's best of 7, so you actually have to win 4 games. So obviously we have at the very least 2 more games. And if that's the case, we'll do some other stuff as well. Sure. That seems fine. Go ahead. And you two want to restart router? Okay. It seems like okay. So let's have random rejoin now. If you could. Restart. Yeah, so we'll see what the players want to do. The Chillest of Santar was for sure a beast. Malekith, yeah, had 246 kills. I mean, Loopy had some really good... Oh, it's a university residence, no routers. Ah. Is it wireless? The net? So Loopy may have gone... Oh, yeah. Okay, Loopy's playing on wireless internet. Yeah, that's probably partially what it is. It could be that. Let's... Now, I want to ask you guys a question. In your experience, has it ever helped? Has the status of the game ever changed depending on who is hosting? Like, if I have one of them host the game, will it change the dynamics? We could have one of you try to host. Seems the same, TBH. Yeah, it was a good fight. It was a good fight indeed. So let's have Loopy host, then Rando, if still lag. I mean, it seems okay in the lobby, but let's just try this. So we'll have a Loopy try and host. We'll see if that helps. Maybe if we're like connecting to him, it'll help. Who knows? It's kind of the great mystery. Yeah. I mean, if you're on wireless internet in a dorm, it's typically not going to be great, in my experience. So we'll let them get the game going, and we'll party. When is Chaos Faction getting a buff? I mean, I would imagine they'll get something soon. Okay, we need a spec slot, so if you guys are watching, I see the lobby is up. I'll message the Loopy. And as soon as there's a spectator slot, we'll be good to go. All right, perfect. Yeah, the messages were pretty quick in the lobby as well. That's the thing. So it was weird. It was only when we got into the game. But we'll see if this works. If it doesn't, then we'll play through it. You know, it's the nature of the beast. Unfortunately, it's one of the big issues with Total War Warhammer competitive. Is you know, all this treachery. All right, so they've switched sides, so I gotta fix that here. Just updating the scoreboards real quick, my friends. Alrighty. I hear Wookiee snoring. Wookiee is such a lazy beast. Whoa. Oh, they're just testing. Okay. For a second, I saw him starting. I was like, oh, what is this? Space Penguin, hello. Is that all you wanted, brother? Yeah. Chaos, you know, Chaos isn't bad in multiplayer, honestly. They're one of my go-to factions. Yeah. Vladdy Daddy. Vlad is probably not the best footlord. Yeah, dedicated servers, I can understand them being like used for like a big esport title or like a multiplayer focused game, but for a game like Total War, which is, you know, predominantly single player with a niche multiplayer community, I mean, the players load in super quick. Seems okay. Seems good. A little lag. Okay, there's a little bit of lag. Look at what Loopy brought to test with. Or random mix. Yeah. But that is unavoidable. Yeah, he's got his big Witch Hunter Doom stack. You know, I actually thought about doing some testing, like with like Doom stacks. Like having duels and seeing which Doom stacks were the strongest. I think that'd be really funny. Look at the Witch Hunters going after the Flock and Vajaf. That's pretty funny. Oh my god. Oh, and they're dropping... Oh, that actually did some damage there. Well, like bombardment they had. Yeah. We're not playing that map. That's not the map we're going to be doing. They were just jumping in to test. So for the map, go ahead and do... Because I'm not the host anymore, so I don't have control over the maps. And now they can do their picks and bans. Heretic hunting, I know. Finally a balanced map. Balanced matchup. How's it going, Berlino? Hope you're doing well. That is a lot of accusations. And you know what's really funny about accusation is that it used to actually do damage over time. It was like a Spirit Leech effect. And there was this build I used to use, which was... You use, what's his name? Balthazar Gelt with Final Transmutation and like double Witch Hunter, and you just like nuke any Lord like instantly. God, that was so funny. Julian says he should be doing his homework, but here he is. Yeah, I know, man. Sacrifices must be made on all fronts. So now the players will do their picks and bans. And yeah, I actually do need to get a screen blocker up now, don't I? Since I'm not the... Because if I'm not hosting, it doesn't matter, but hold on. All right, so... We can have the Wheel of Doom be a screen blocker. There we go, that's fine. Cool, we're all set. The dreaded face swap. Oh, you guys want the face swap? Oh yeah, a lot of you guys probably haven't seen that. Let me get that instead. That's actually one of my favorites. What is it called? Face swap. I have the file somewhere here. Hold on, guys. Is this it? Okay, so let me get the face swap for you guys. Image. I'm working on it, my friends. I'm working on it. So this is a face swap that someone did of Italian Spartacus and I. So it's from the Everchosen, obviously. So they like took the center of my face. Well, the mustache and the beard, like the mustache and below is his. Like the only part that is mine actually in that picture is like my nose and eyes, but the head and like the forehead, all that is his, and they gave him my hair. It's really disturbing for sure. But it makes a great screen blocker. Yeah, let me make sure the players are all good. All right, so they're doing their picks and bans right now. So Random Nix is going to go Greenskins banning Wood Elves. Very cool. So we got the Waz coming to town. Random Nix currently up 2-0 here. I know a lot of people haven't seen this because I haven't showed it in the past like 4 or 5 streams, but yeah, it's the cursed image. No, it's best of 7. Yeah, we're doing best of 7 today. So Cincinnati of VA, get Lady Turin some shoes and sushi. You got it, man. Everyone gives Italian Spartacus some love today too. He's balding all of the European monarchy at the moment. He's balding. Is he making them all bald? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, and Italian Spartacus knows a ton about history too. So if you're looking to get history lessons while he plays some Crusader Kings, it's going to be great. Yeah, I mean that's it's so funny because I used to use this as a screen blocker and people thought that was actually me for the longest time. That's not me, dude. That's not me. Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, I know, you're gazing into the abyss. It's pretty good. So Greenskins are the pick here for Random Nix. We still haven't seen the counterpick from Loopy. Loopy has a fair amount of options. Obviously can't play Dark Elves, as we did see that before, and cannot play the High Elves. So, I mean, aside from that, Greenskins have like pretty good matchups across the board. They're really powerful. Like, I'm trying to think of like what I would counter Greenskins with, and I'm just like kind of at a loss. Cincinnati VA, miss you too, man. Hope you're doing well. I know, the face swap's quite disturbing. No rotain, that's funny, dude. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't lag. I mean, you know, the one thing about lag in this game is it affects both players. So, like, nobody's getting an advantage. Like, you know? Like, it's just slow and choppy. So that's the good thing about lag. Whereas in some other titles, like, if one person's lagging, like, they're going to suffer. But in this game, it makes you both lag. So, like, it still is fair if it is lagging. It's me on my birthday? No, definitely not. Definitely not. The best casting duo in the business. Yeah, man. I always have a good time casting with Spartacus. It's always a great time. I do miss the damn Rona has forced us apart. The last Ever Chosen we had to cast separately, which certainly is not as fun. It takes away some of the energy, in my opinion. So Loopy is deciding here. I mean, a lot of factions to choose from. Could very well go Empire or something like that. Empire does pretty well against Greenskins in my experience. Like, I feel like that's an even matchup. Tomb Kings? Probably not. Vampire Counts can do okay. You could go Coast. Vampire Coast is open. Coast is good against Greenskins, or at least decent. Yeah. Quintus Fontaine says, it's disturbing that this face swap looks a lot like me, just with a slightly darker beard. Yeah? Nice, man. Looking pretty metal. Looking pretty metal. Has anyone noticed that Sparty's Adam Apple and Turin's nose seem to be gravitating towards each other? So wait, so Sparty's Adam's apple. Well, that's because that's actually my Adam's apple. And wait, so Sparty's Adam's apple and Turin's nose. Yeah, they're pointing at one another. That's a very very strange observation, but also accurate. It's the strangest part about it. Can you do in a world where RTS casting is illegal, 2 men, something, something. Is that what you wanted, Christian Bender? Or did you want me to actually improvise for the last part? I wasn't sure. Who would you say has won the most of the tournaments you've been a part of? Probably Felcon. Yeah. Like, at least my tournaments, Felcon has won the most for sure. I've had, this is the 5th ECL season. This is the 5th. And Felcon has won 3 of the 4 previous ones. And he's been playing against, like, the best players, like, in those other ones. So, yeah, he's definitely been our most consistent champ in the ECL. If you're talking just my events. The shininess of Italian's head brings out the sweatiness of Turin's face. That's so good, dude. Oh, man. So, it's going to be Loopy on the Lizardmen. Okay, I think Lizards are good against Greenskins, for sure. A good pick there from Loopy, but let's see if he can actually execute and, work this bad boy here. Zyphos was the only other individual to win in ECL. And, I mean, we've had good players in all of them. If you go back and look, I mean, we've had Soothsayer, we've had, like, just, some of the boss hogs. Yeah. As far as Everchosen, Soothsayer has been our most successful champ so far in that. But, to be completely honest, ECL is more competitive than Everchosen. Because Everchosen is like a selective event where you basically, it's more of like it is a competitive event, but ECL is much more competitive because it's open. So you're going to get more talent, more opposition. Players have to work through a lot more challenge, whereas Everchosen is a much smaller format. Yeah. You guys are saying we have to test Falcons for performance-enhancing drugs? Yeah, perhaps so. Hey, Hamoud, I'll probably be doing a Crusader Kings 3 tomorrow. Yeah. Because I have physical therapy today, so I'm going to have to go to that after my stream. But I'm going to do Crusader Kings tomorrow. Maybe like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I might do like a back-to-back thing. Or Wednesday, Friday. Alan, super nice and selfless of you to do a stream on your birthday. I know. Alan, I'm making the big sacrifices just for you. Just for you, brother. Appreciate it, man. Alan, that's a generous donation, bud. Thank you so much. So we got Dinos versus Greenskins here. Quite excited for this bad boy. Yeah, Arrow and Soothsayer have both won. Yeah, that's right. Samurai Warrior. Aerocrastic has also won 2 Everchosens. He won the last one very handedly, actually. Aerocrastic won the last Everchosen and didn't lose a single game the whole time. Felcon says, Soothsayer drinks a lot of beer, so he's really good. If you don't drink a lot of something, it wouldn't work for you for sure. Okay. He's talking about the correlation between the beer and Sooth being good. Yeah. You know, I've never played a Crusader Kings game, ever. So I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm going to be a complete scrub. Like, I might play a little bit today after the stream just to learn it, so I'm not a complete imbecile when we do a stream. Because I know it's probably annoying to watch someone who has absolutely no idea what they're doing. Soren coming in with the big old 500 DKK. Soren, thank you so much. That is a balls deep donation. It says, hello, Turin, Lady Turin, and the dogs. Look at that. One of the first donations to ever address my noble hounds. Thank you, Soren. A little gift as thanks for the many hours of reliable entertainment you have brought. Well, thank you, man. That is super generous, Soren, and appreciate it. I always thought Soren was a really cool name. I think there's a planeswalker in Magic the Gathering named Soren. He's like this badass vampire guy. Yeah, sort of an anti-hero. Soren, thanks again, man. Yes. Well, Falcon and Soothsayer have played on many occasions. Falcon, what is your record against Soothsayer? Like, how have your overall matches gone against him? I would imagine pretty even. Definitely two of the best players out there. If Random Nix wins this game, he'll be up 3-0. But yes, it is best of 7, so it has to go to at least 4 games. Yeah. If you haven't played a Paradox Grand Strategy game before, it's going to be trippy to start for the first time. Yeah, I know. I was watching Spartacus play, and I'm like, oh boy, this is going to be something. The Lord of Innistrad. Yes, it is him. Loopy's army looking pretty gangster so far. Definitely digging it. Waiting to see what terrors of the dino world he will bring. Falcon says he actually has stats on this. So that's great. Well, Falcon, your stats might not include the ECL appearances against him because those weren't always on challenge before. So you might not have those. Well, there is money on the line for the qualifiers. It's a small prize. For qualifiers, it's just $25. But for the grand finals, it'll be anywhere between $300 to $500 this season. So probably about $500. Yeah. For the grand finals, I would guess would be the prize pool. It depends. It depends. Oh, man. You know, sometimes I wish I lived in Europe so I could just like cast at like 5 p.m. and just be totally alert. I've always loathed casting in the mornings. Oh, man. Or even like earlier in the day, like noon, you know. Turin, my advice for Crusader Kings 3, go full heretic. All right, sounds good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I want to play that game. It's pretty exciting for sure. Like all the different styles you can have. Oh, wow. Falcon, you collect your stats on your own? Okay, that's cool. What a champ. What a champ indeed. All right, so final tweaks coming to Loopy's army. We should be getting started here in just a second, which is good because it allows time for some more people to gather for the glorious Duel of Duels. We'll see what happens. I had a Crusader Kings playthrough where my king became a high priest of Cthulhu, and it ended up with him going to sea one night and being eaten by a giant sea monster. That's pretty good. That's pretty great. You know, if I could tell Lady Turin that story, it might convince her to play that game. Can you actually do stuff like that, or did you just make that up? Turin, which matchup has 2 and Frode? So the matchups we've had today, we had High Elves versus Vampire Coast, and we had Skaven against Dark Elves. A Skaven won their game, and then the Vampire Coast won their game in those respective matchups. Turin, have you ever tried 40k RPG games like Dark Heresy? No, I haven't. No. It'll have to do. All right, so I think we're ready. All right. Fall Guys. Yeah, Fall Guys. What is that? Is that, I think I saw like Dr. Disrespect streaming that and a bunch of like big streamers. That would actually be kind of interesting to try. All right, and here we are. Loopy against random Nicks. It's going to be Lizards versus Greenskins. Let us see if Loopy can get back on the board with his dinosaurs. If he can stop the Great Waa. Yeah. Crusader Kings 3 does have a game option for ridiculous or supernatural events like that. Ooh, that's kind of fun. Hey, what's up, Romaine? How you doing, man? Yeah, we're on the Altdorf outskirts. Hopefully it won't be too laggy. I know one of the players mentioned that they're on university internet. I don't know if that's the case though, but you know. Sometimes when you connect two people, it can just happen. Do I live in a vacuum? No, I do not live in a vacuum. No, that is not correct. Zyphos is like, much better than Warhammer. Yeah. Crusader Kings 3, pro tip, spam the genius trait. Okay. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get rid of the blocker now that we're loaded into the game. Don't worry, guys. We're on it today. I got my second screen up. Nope, you're good. You're good. Don't get that hype train going. All right, so for the forces here of the dinos and Loopy, it's going to be Pterodon Riders. Pterodon Riders, you know, decent poke. Not bad at sniping Greenskin Lords, but the rock drops can be very devastating. He's got big, thick Krokgar with Hand of the Gods up here on his big old T-Rex. We have a Skink Priest of Beast with the Sniping Ballista. A couple Skink cohorts in the back. Feral Stegodon, Coldland Spear Riders, and Chameleon Skinks in the front line. Now, does he meet the minimum army size? Yes, he does. He's got 483 troops. It is time. Boki's like, I don't like this picture. Please remove it. So for the forces of the Greenskins, they are going to be going for a monster mash fight. It's going to be the double Arachnarok Spider as well as Skarsnik. Certainly very powerful if they're able to get a Rampage and get the two spiders beating on something. With Skarsnik's little Prada, it can do some big damage. You have an Orc Shaman as well with Brainbuster, and there we go. It's going to be Gabos in the front line. So really both players are kind of like, you know what, screw the elite infantry, screw the fighting. Let's go deep and just have our big Godzilla beasts fight. So should be quite a bit of fun. Hammer of Gork in the back. We have a skirmishing corps of Goblin Wolf Rider archers, and that appears to be it for both players. Matthias, money for the mullet god. Thank you so much for the tenor, man. Really do appreciate that. It is not my birthday, but you know, you guys can say it is, and I'll happily acknowledge that. So Falcon says, well, in my stats, I actually hold a slightly positive win rate versus Soothsayer, so there's that. But some other games where his overbearing evenings with Tomb Kings and meme pulp builds. Okay. So he's saying there were some meme games thrown in there that might throw off the equation a little bit. But yeah, a lot of this is just going to come down to the big old monster fight for sure. The Pterodon Riders certainly can cause some disruption. You know, drop some rocks on the artillery pieces, snipe things out. It's a little bit laggy. I mean, I don't know what we can do, unfortunately. It's the nature of the beast. If Anna is Skarsnik... No, if Anna is Skarsnik, our dog is Gobla. Wookiee is Gobla. Her little beastie. Yeah. Yeah. Happy birthday, I know. I appreciate it, guys. Let's see. How laggy is it? The unit's just not moving right now. Much we can do, 2BH. Except have you two play offline without me. And I can cast replays. Alright, seems to be subsiding. It's coming and going. It's very much the telltale sign of like the telltale sign of, at least in my experience using wireless internet. So one option we could do is we could have the players play, they could play like just between them in a private game, which would remove a third person, which sometimes can help in these situations, and then we could, so you two can go play the games now, send replays, and I can do other stuff. And I can... So yeah, if it's gonna lag, what we could do, guys, wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea. So they can go play the games now, send me the replays, and I can wait via QB. Want to do that? So we'll give them the options. Because if it's gonna be laggy for them, I don't want them to, you know, suffer through this. Okay, go get games now. I will do some things. Send me replays ASAP. Same armies map for this one. Okay, so I will jump out. So we're going to let the players... We're going to let them play the battles, and they'll send me the replays, and then I'll cast the remainder of the series. So until then, what we could do... Oh, guys, what's this? What's happening here? Who wants to play against Turin half-hand? See if I still got it. The dreaded lag, I know. What can you do? All right, we're facing off against Tila. So, guys... I have like maybe 60% of the speed I had before. I'm really not super on point, so bear with me, guys. Yeah. Oh, don't worry, guys. We're still going to get back to those replays. What do we want to play here? Do a little Sons of Sigmar action. You guys want some Sigmar? I want some Sigmar. Let's do some Sigmar. I know, it's happening. You guys are getting the special deal here. Where the hell is that creepy face? Hold on. Image. Oh, hold on. I actually have a couple of replays I've recorded. Okay. I got just the build for this gentleman. Just the build. No, guys, I'm really slow right now. Trust me, I can't click nearly as fast as I could before. I will be able to soon, like, you know, in the near future, but at the moment it's very, very haggard right now. Yeah. Oh yeah, the wagons call to me. I got some fun. Okay, that looks fine. Let's do you. Put you on that. No problem, bud. No problem. Readying up on me already? Goodness gracious. That seems fine. I want to bring something fun. For sure. I'm not digging that. It doesn't feel too exciting to me. Don't worry, guys. Just kind of ironing out a build here, and then we should be good to go. I think those need to be brought just to make a statement. You need to be put on some sort of a mount, probably. We could. And oh man, if I could just get a little bit more dough. Just a little tight on money here. All right. Tremble, mortals, in despair. Dude, you guys know it's Volk Hogan. Come on. Come on. Lowest micro empire build? No, there's wagons, which might just lose me the game, but I frankly just don't care. Yeah. So I hope that Random Nicks and company are able to get through their games without lag. So Eli, second day back from the gym since they opened. Hey. we're gonna test some tendies. I know we are. Yeah. My build's not great, honestly. It's more of a fun one. I brought some memes for you guys, but we'll see if it works. I didn't bring the Luminarch this time. The inspiration was not there. Yes, there's wagons. I have two wagons. I have two of them. I was gonna bring the Hellblaster wagon, but I was like, do I go that balls deep? There you go, Falcon. Falcon looking at the positive side of things, the cheap Scourge Runners. Oh man, come on, crippled hand. Push it. I don't know who I'm playing against also. Could be some super pro player, MLG. Alright, so, you know, I got the Volkswagen Frontline, which is basically just like Sigmar Sons with Flagellants. It's always fun. Yeah, we got some cav. We have a single handgunner. It's not too much to protect, you know, especially if I have all these like Knights of the Blazing Sun and different tools like that. Wagons can go here. My surgically repaired hand is 4, 5. The dreaded double wagon is here. Nobody can defeat this. I know it's a very narrow army. I'm probably gonna lose this, but it's alright. I'm just having some fun here. Ooh, he's got some blorks. He's got some black orcs. The big blorky boys. What else has he got? He's got Azag. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna be too great against this army. Now that I look at it. I mean, we need to get the wagons shooting at what's the range on these things? 130, so they can actually outrange the enemy skirmishers here. Okay, so we could try and do a little bit of poke. I do have the one handgunner unit too, so I could just like fall back and defend those if he wants to kind of harass me. So let's take the wagons over here. And these handgunners can kind of switch that way. Come on. Yes. And he's going to come in to think he's got some free harass. We're going to pull you guys back. Surprise. And the wagons can come out here and start shooting these guys. Pull you guys back this way. Cool. Alright, so he gets a little bit of poke. That's fine. Come, wagons. Advance. Push forward. Push forward, dreaded wagons. We'll just start go poking some black orcs if he just wants to kind of fiddle about over here. Cool. Looks good. Knights of the Blazing Sun. We can feign a little screen here so he doesn't get free kills in the flagellants. Start shooting there. Looks good. Let's get Volkmar and just have him go up and start harassing. Oh no. Don't minimize during the game. Bad Turin. Gonna keep pressing out there. It's fine. I'm okay with that. Getting some Daka here on the wagons, which is good. Volkmar can go forward. Start doing his thing. Alright, no problem. Come, wagons. Shoot those black orcs. We'll get the big boy in there. How are we doing here? Actually hammering home some shots. That's good. Kind of pull back, though, before we overextend. Pull you guys back as well. Volkmar the Grim going in here. Maybe we could drop, like, an early banishment. He might come for, like, some sort of a wrap here or something. I don't know. It's a little bit risky. We should probably pull back. Pop you guys. Is he going to try and surround me? I would actually love that, if he would. And demis can be here. Spears can be like this. Get you flagellants like that. Okay, so we drop the Soulfire Bombardment there, which is going to be super powerful. It's going to do a bunch of damage if he stays. Oh yeah, give me that free damage. That is what I'm talking about. Alright, cool. So the skirmish game went pretty well. We have these dudes waiting in the shadows. Yeah, that was a really favorable engagement for us. Because Volkmar's just going to heal. He doesn't... Volkmar gives no shits. Kind of keep poking the black orcs. He's got some pig cav, some bacon cav in here. Pull you guys up a little. Yes, come bacon cav, come. Come meet your doom. I'm actually okay with this. We can do a little like cross-hatch engagement like this. Drop a banishment on the black orc, see if he's paying attention. Move you guys out. Okay, there's no way he's going to stay there. Okay, so what we'll do is just charge those orc boys. Get the wagons back as well. Boom. Hammer those guys in the front, see if he's paying attention there. Our handgunners can turn about face here and start shooting some of the annoying skirmishers he's got. Volkmar, go party, go run down some goblins for some freebies. Yeah, looks like he's gonna maybe do that. We'll charge you guys here. Handgunners, what do we want to shoot? Just shoot the black orcs, perhaps. Demis should get some good free value there. As will Volkmar. How are the cooldowns doing? Looks good. Rear charge those guys. Looks great. Pull back Demogryph Knights. Pull back Volkmar the Grim. Flagellant's taking some unfortunate damage, but nothing we can do about that. Come, Volkmar. Be free, my minions. Alright, pull some spears up to intercept his bacon cav, and we can charge there, and then we can actually go ahead and use an Earthblood to heal these 2 units. Cool. This is like a perfect engagement for us right here. And the wagons are still shooting happily. Pull you guys back. Spears can actually go over there and help. Volkmar, pop all your buffs. Got a big old ugly fight, but that's all good in the hood. How are the wagons doing? Yeah, keep shooting the black orcs where we can. Demis, a little bit stuck in combat. We get surrounded there, but it's just flagellant, so we don't really care about that too much. Good. So now we can start shooting the annoying skirmishers here. Pull you guys in as well. Jade Wizard can get in combat. Leaving Demis in combat for too long, though. That was a big mistake. So we need to overcast regrowth there. Pull those guys back. Use Soulfire Bombardment on this big ugly greenskin blob. Knights of the Blazing Sun can pull back as well. And yeah, we're able to get some good fire on these guys now, so let's hammer these other ones. Wagons I should be using more aggressively in melee. Let's go right through. Because they can do both. Pull you guys back. How's Volkmar doing? Volkmar's being Volkmar. That's normal stuff. Alright, let's pull you guys back for a second. Azag, I think, in the back, just waiting to goon something. Who knows? A little bit hard to say. Great, so we got that. Let's go ahead and start moving over here to shoot these pigs. That big thunderous charge should be quite good. We get a banishment back there on those troops. Wagons, let's pull the wagons back. Shoot Azag. Demogryph Knights, pull back to deal with Azag. Knights of the Blazing Sun, go with Volkmar and just deal with these shitty pig cav. Okay, perfect. So these Knights of the Blazing Sun have better things to do. Alright, so we need to go here. Let's get the wagon shooting here. Unfortunately, my caster did get gooned pretty good. But in the process, he's also taking a lot of damage on his lord. So we could just go with these war boys for now. Keep them wagons shooting, boys. How are we doing on cooldowns? Yeah, we could actually attack here. Great. So we got this caster back, so let's go ahead and heal those demis, which will pretty much hit everything there. Great. Wagons, moving. Backline disruption, functional. Still got it, baby. Turn half hand. Let's go. Alright, so we shattered Azag. That's pretty much going to be game blouses. You see, clicking sometimes is so hard for me. Regrowth on Knights of the Blazing Sun, and we did it! Empire. That was actually a good battle. Yeah, he was a good player. Ooh, boy. Face steel and gunpowder, baby. Let's go. The half hand still got it. Yeah, my opponent's build was good. It was good. Yeah, but nobody can stand up to the might of the... Nobody can stand up to the might of the dreaded wagons. Thank you guys, appreciate it. We have a donation coming in from Paolo. He says, hey Turin, longtime viewer, finally managed to catch you on stream. Here's a token of my appreciation. Oh yeah, how can you defeat the war wagon? Jake says, I feel your hand pain, Turin. I've been struggling with tendon pain in my thumbs for a while. Due to exercising and playing a lot of games. Yeah. Yeah, let's see if they have the replays for me yet. Thompson Evans, Turin, I was delighted to find out there's a great man in the Silmarillion named Turin. Yeah, that's not actually what I'm named after, but next map is all right. That's enough of that. So now we have the next replay. 1 sec. I'm getting the maps real quick for the players. Turin is actually just my middle name, yeah. Turin with the real hand of the gods. Trey Davis, thank you for the 15. Mr. Erlinson, what do you think of having a low funds tournament? It could be fun. Yeah. It could be fun. All right. So let me see. So both players have sent me the replay, so I'm just going to randomly pick one. So it's not going to determine who the winner is. I'm just going to... Okay, that's perfect. Just saving this in the replay folder. Hopefully it's less laggy. I mean, if you remove a third player, it should always help, so... Sorry guys, just getting this all going here. They're playing right now, yeah. Because they were having some lag issues, so we just had the players play offline while I... All right, perfect. So now we are back in Game 3 of the Eternal Challenger League. Guys, back to the primary programming. It's going to be Loopy against Random Nicks. You guys, of course, saw this before, but now we have replays. So thankfully, there's not going to be any lag as we go forward. Yeah. All right, guys, so let's party. Let's do it. We saw the builds before, but we'll go over them again, of course. How's everything look on your end? Looks good. All right. All right, my friend. So for the force of Loopy, up in the air, he's got quad Pterodon Riders. Pterodon Riders, of course, a pretty good disruption piece. A double Chameleon Skink. On the ground, a Skink Priest of Beasts. And, of course, we do see Crocky G, Crocky Balboa, as he's often called, with Hand of the Gods. Cold on Spear Riders, and Skink Cohorts backed with a Feral Stegodon. So he's got, just some decent anti-infantry tools in the form here of the Feral Stego plus the Skink Priest of Beasts. Pretty good anti-large also with Krokar, but the anti-large duel certainly, I think, in my opinion, goes in the favor here of the Greenskins, who are coming in with the double Arachnarok Spider build. And yeah, Goblin Wolf Riders into the sunset here, so you can see all these bad boys. Night Goblins, man, all sorts of treachery back here, but you guys pretty much saw this. Some skirmishing is always good. Goblin Wolf Rider Archers, a decent kind of counter poke against the Pterodon Rider Harass. So in total, he's got six mobile archer units. Yeah, he's got Depths Creepers, Magi Marauders over here, and then has basic Wolf Rider and Spider Rider Archers over here as well. So let's get this party started, guys, and see how this battle unfolds. And again, the players are currently playing these battles offline and just sending me the replays as soon as they finish them. So hopefully we'll be able to keep pace with them. And that one quick battle replay was enough to tide you guys over in the meantime. And thank you guys all so much for the donations. Do appreciate that. Turin with the real Hand of the Gods, yes. A god walks among the battlefield, tremble under the shade of his mullet, heathens. I know. Thank you, dude. Sorry, I missed a couple donations. I'll make sure to get back to those after this game is over. So the Flying Goon Squad is here. The Pterodon Riders fly overhead. There's no tic-tac-toe. I'm sure Falcon weeps for what has been lost here. Krokar, though, is a worthy champion. Krokar is certainly quite a bit of fun. Whoever doesn't enjoy seeing a Velociraptor riding a T-Rex? Come on. It's like the Lost World movies that came out recently when they tag team at the end, which is pretty cool. That was actually a really good scene at the end of the Lost World when the Velociraptor and the T-Rex like tag team the mutant T-Rex. Dude, I love that scene when the Velociraptor runs around the corner all heroic. Anyways, Chameleon Skinks are poking. They're pretty good here because they do have the 40% missile resist. So they're going to be durable against such like annoying poke and firepower and things like that. So happy little lizards for everyone. Very much like a skirmishing phase here. You can see the Chameleons able to pick off a couple of those Wolf Rider Archers. Those bad boys are down to 52 of 60 right now. Might lose a couple more models in the process, but we'll certainly see. So here we have the Arachnarok Spiders coming in. They have taken some damage because the Skink Priest of Beast is actually mounted on a Stegodon that has a long-range ballista, which is kind of an anti-artillery piece, anti-armor piece, and you can see it's actually done some decent HP damage here against the Arachnarok Spider on the advance. Sorry guys, a little itch on my nose right there. The Velociraptor with the Infinity Gauntlet, yes, of course. So the Greenskins do advance now. Spiders are going to be looking to get a Rampage. Obviously, Skarsnik is here, so if they can butter up any of the big dinos and Rampage those bad boys, that's going to be super cost effective. And you can see some of the Pterodons trying to sneak around, probably try and get back to that artillery piece, but the Goblin Wolf Rider Archers and the elite skirmishing core of the Greenskins, or quote-unquote elite, is going to be watching their movements and keeping them in check. And now we have the first duel of duels. So here you can see the Skink Priest going to be getting in there and fighting against the Arachnarok Spider. Is able to get a good charge and also supported here by the Cold One Spear Riders. Also, Krokar is going to be jumping in as well. And honestly, the Greenskins definitely coming out on the lower end of this trade. The Cold One Spear Rider is able to get a pretty perfect engagement. Have a ton of models piled in, and a big Spider's taking quite a hammering. Nice flock of Doom over there, able to hit that entire skirmishing core while the Skinks are advancing as well. And I really thought the Lizards would struggle a little bit more in this monster's trade, but also we have to remember there is a Manticore summon from the Skink Priest of Beasts. So there's essentially another monster fighting here in the battlefield, which is quite impactful. So far, Loopy and his Lizards seem to be getting the upper hand in this initial trade. You can see the Fermented Fungi is activated, but oh no, Fermented Fungi on Krokar, but oh, the Cold Blood! What a great play by Loopy. So Loopy's able to use the Cold Blood right there to negate the Rampage, then he's able to pull back. And man, nice play there by Loopy. That was really tight. And on that same note, one of the Arachnarok Spiders is broken, and the Lizardmen dinos are a little bit beat up, but for the most part, I would say that the Lizards were able to get the upper hand in that trade there. Scroll of Shielding is down as well, but it looks like it is now just worn off. In the back line, we do have Pterodon Riders. Pterodon Riders are able to go balls deep and take out that Hammer of Gork right there. And now the Goblins are going to be panicking, coming back here trying to save this. A little bit of a lapse of micro there by random, so the Warlords boys going to be piling in trying to stop them as well. And you got your boy Krokar here. Here he comes, going to be finishing off that Arachnarok Spider, showing who is the Apex Predator. We'll certainly see. And now back in the fight, we have the Arachnarok Queen, we have Skarsnik, we have the Orc Shaman, all of whom are in, functional shape. Could potentially take out the Stegodon or the Ancient Stego Beast here, but the Cold-Blooded plays to get rid of the Rampage effect from Skarsnik is super clutch, to say the least. A lot of the Greenskin Skirmishers are back here too, occupied with Pterodon Riders. And it looks like the Lizards have actually won the infantry duels using the support of the Golden Riders, and a little bit concerned here for the Greenskins, about to get fully surrounded by a bunch of skinks. Hand of the Gods going down, nuking the Arachnarok Spider, and I think it's the beginning of the end, as that Arachnarok Spider there gets absolutely destroyed. Now Crocky G is going to be coming in. This is a pissed off T-Rex, and he's going to be able to really take a bite out of this big spider right here. Man, the Arachnarok Queen gets nuked by Krokar. Hand of the Gods with a follow-up charge, and at this point I don't see... I know it's a little bit early to call it. We're only, sub 5 minutes into the game, but I don't think there's going to be enough to win for the Greenskins. Like, they have a bunch of Spider Riders. Maybe, just maybe if, like, all their missiles are able to make efficient contacts, but, like, Crocky doesn't care about this. He's been hit with fermented fungi again, but he isn't at the next threshold for the fermented fungi. Fermented fungi can only be used so many times while characters are at a certain HP threshold, and you can see Krokar teabags that freaking Greenskin caster into the Shadow Realm, just eviscerates him. But the Bouncy Fire is kind of creeping back, but I still feel like the Goblins aren't going to have enough to really drag down these big dinos. I mean, the Stegodon is going to be able to probably break up Skarsnik pretty good, especially with a little bit of support. I mean, Krokar could come over as well. All the Greenskin Skirmishers, though, and missiles are doing a good job. I mean, they're poking in quite happily, and you can see in response, Loopy does send his Chameleons over here to go chase down the Morgub's Magi Marauders. I definitely would recommend getting those guys over here. And we got Warlords boys coming as well. That's a scary unit of goblins, but yeah, there's no way that Skarsnik is going to survive this. I guess there's a lot of goblins. It depends on the rock drop situation as well. Yeah, Flock of Doom going down here from the Beastcaster. It's going to be hitting everything. It's going to be hitting the Forest Goblin Spider Riders and some of the Gobos, and certainly Value City there, to say the least. And Skarsnik stands alone. Well, not technically. He does have Goblo with him, but I don't know how much Goblo is going to be able to feast compared to these giant dinosaurs. We'll see. Pterodon Riders flying overhead, maybe aiming to get a rock drop a little bit hard. No, they're actually going to be descending here on these Skirmishers, going after the Morgub's Magi Marauders. And the Stegodon's able to charge in, and oh my god, that was so much HP damage. And a rock drop coming down as well. Style points going there. I don't think that was Powhawks' Sentinels. I think it was just regular Pterodon Riders. But able to really wreck those Goblins and do some pretty fat damage in the process. So very, very nice for sure. And now you can see we have the Feral Stegodon and Krokar just kind of working here on Skarsnik. He does have to get back here, but he's fully surrounded. His HP just being kind of plotted away right here. You can see 2,500 HP, certainly getting pretty low. And that is going to be the victory for the Lizards. Greenskins withdraw, knowing they don't have a whole lot of a chance there. Well played. So that's going to be a victory for the Dino people. Certainly a very solid scrap. So let's go ahead and update the scoreboard here. Loopy is back on the board, my friends. 2-1 in this series. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I got to get the score there. We're trying to click it. All right. Oh, never mind. Okay. Got to use this application. All right. So again, we had some donations. Mr. Erlinson asking about low funds tournament. I think we could do that. Turn with the Hand of the Gods. We tried. We saw Thompson Evans and Paolo and Ephraim Va. Thank you guys all so much for your donations during that last game. We've got ourselves a series, boys. So now the players are playing the next game. I'll stand by for the replays. I guess I could play another battle, perhaps. Could probably do one more. I don't want to go too crazy with it. But if I do one more, it'll probably give them time to get ahead of us. So what I'll do is I'll now switch over. And we'll do something really low micro. So let's switch over. Because I'm a little bit ahead of them since that was a quick game. They're playing their next one right now, so we'll just do a quick battle here real quick. Yeah, very cool. Oh yeah, you could definitely come back. Definitely. I know. I would have liked to have seen a Dread Saurian, the Dread Beast itself. So let's get Turin half hand going here against Bautis over here. Very good. And this should give him enough time to get ahead of me. Okay, so he's going lizards. Who do we want to play against lizards? Ugh, lizards are so grindy to play against those bad boys. Could play dwarves. Dwarves are pretty low micro. I mean, he's more than welcome to switch factions if he wants to. What do you think of making a turn half-hand version? Well, hopefully I won't be half-hand forever, so... Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. You guys want some dwarves? Okay, we can do some dwarves. Dwarves I don't have to move around too much, which is good. Oh, okay, he withdrew. That's fine. We'll do another one. The Dawi demand vengeance. Satisfy the grudge. Yeah, Coast is another one I could do. We're playing the Great Dark Phoenix. Okay, looks like he's in a clan, so probably a good player. What do we want to play? I kind of feel like playing some vampire counts, actually. Let's see some counts. He'll obviously be able to counterpick me here. I'm not a very good counts player, but, you know. We'll try our best. Hey. Hello, Dark Phoenix. So currently we're just waiting for the replays from the ECL, because it was a little bit too laggy with the three of us. Apparently it's hopefully better for them playing here. Sure. You can, of course, pick your Wood Elves. We will happily waddle after you with all of our characters. Oh. Very good. So if he's going to go Wood Elves, I can just start picking my army. I'm going to do something fun for you guys. I'm sure he's a great player, but I'm going to do something that might be a little bit suboptimal. This is great. Play your Wood Elves. No problem, dude. Anyone you want. I know, the picture is disturbing every time. It never gets comfortable, you know? It never gets comfortable. All right, so we're going to do something a little bit spicy. Don't judge me. You're going to like the way you look, I guarantee it. All right, that's fine. We're trying a little bit of this, a little bit of that. See if my hand can keep pace here. So what could he possibly bring? Yeah, we'll get you, that's fine. I got some schemes. Well, I was going to go dwarves, but if he wants to go Wood Elves, I don't want to play that matchup, so yeah. I mean, I don't care if I lose, guys. We're just having some fun here. All right, that looks fine. I got some wacky stuff in this build, I gotta say, guys. Some wacky wonky stuff. No, dude, guys, if I bring Gorst against like a decent Wood Elf player, I'm just gonna get dunked on so badly. Like, it won't even be fun. All right, that looks fine. Yeah, I mean, whatever. This is okay. It's all good. This'll do the trick. That'll do, pig. That'll do. I feel like I need to get those guys, though. They're really good. All right, no problem. I can't quite afford them, man. Expensive units. Yes, good, Anakin. Good, Anakin, good. God, why is this character so expensive? Definitely should not be. If turn half hand was a Dwarf Lord, yeah, for sure. A steampunk mecha hand? Oh, 100%. Arrow, it's still an annoying matchup, yeah. You missed the last game we played. We had a really cool matchup before. I'm not bringing a super competitive build. I'm bringing something that's pretty fun. I don't know, I think it has some teeth, though. I think we can potentially do it. Depends on how good my opponent's micro is, obviously. So we could cut you. Sure, why not? And we could just throw some chevrons on these random ass units. All right, let's party. Let us party. So I'm bringing the OG, the Godfather. I'm bringing Vlad against the Kiting faction, which I think I'm gonna horribly regret, but it's okay. Noob question: now, if I put a zombie unit onto a skeleton unit, will they suck all the damage? I'm not sure. It depends on what the missiles hit. The hand's holding up okay down at 6. I'm not playing all the games today. I'm just waiting for replays from my ECL. So for anyone joining, Random Nix and Loopy are playing right now, and we're 2-1 in the series. But we had a couple laggy games in the beginning, so the players and I opted to play it offline. So they're just sending me the replays as they come, and I'm just killing time. I am playing. I'm probably going to lose this one, though. I should have brought probably a better build, but I think it has some teeth. Yeah, you would think skeletons like wouldn't care about arrows. It just like wouldn't affect them. But, zombies, yeah, makes a little bit more sense, I guess, because of reasons, but... So he could be going for like full kite. I don't really know. There's a couple ways to play this matchup for these guys. If he goes like big armor, big tree, I do have at least see what is he doing? Enemy troop count? Okay, probably Way Watchers. We have the double White Kings with the Scab Scraths, which I don't know if my micro is going to be able to handle that right now. Hey, Sotek. What's cracking? I'm trying. I'm just getting back to playing again. I actually played a couple of replays. That'll be going up on the channel soon. 5 and then 6. Let's just get a ton of control groups to stress myself out. There you go. Perfect. Ready. Good luck. Have fun, man. Good luck, Dark Phoenix. Yeah. We'll see if he tree blobs. If he tree blobs, I'm probably in trouble. I mean, I have the double White King and I have a goose. The goose is quite helpful against that. Yeah, he went for Air Force, which is fine. We have an Air Force of sorts. I mean, if I had a Flying Vampire Lord, I could probably dominate this engagement, but I went with Vlad for fun, so I'm probably going to pay the troll toll for it. Let's go over here, go see where he's hiding. Yeah. So moving up now. Turin is on my own tournament. No, I'm not playing in my own event today. Okay, so we can see his whole army. All right, so he's got some Glade Guard. Oh, it's going to be cool. It's actually like a fairly standard piece here. Get you guys lurking in the Shadow Realm here. The Blood Knights, the Knights of Red Keep, shall prepare. So basically, we could get like one Fellback going after each Hawk Rider. We can even start flying over there now. Let's just see if we can juke these shots. Perfect. We juke those shots quite well. The MLG Micro. Oh yeah, baby. We got this. I mean, Vlad can use the Aura of Dark Grandeur too, which is something to think about. All right. Pull the Fellbats back. We don't want to like lose them prematurely, so we need to keep advancing on this main force. What does he have? Sisters of Thorn over there? Yeah, he's got pretty good support. We could go for like a little breath attack. No, he's paying attention. He's not going to let us do that. Come, my pretties. Yes. So we got some Harasser on the back. See if we can crack open the goodies here. All right, so now we can start moving a little bit more aggressively. God, if only I had a Flying Vampire Lord. Okay, it looks like he might be... No, he's thinking about it. He wants this. Come, my minions. Vlad von Karstein will carry us home. So we're just kind of like playing the dancing game here at this point, while my opponent kind of postures up. The Black Knight's definitely going to have to plow some barley, as they say. Oh, he got some dudes over there in a trap. Nice play there. I was not paying attention. Are those just Black Knights? Okay, well. So we can charge here with the Wild Riders. Pull in, pull in. I don't know if we're going to get there in time, to be honest. It's probably not even worth trying to save those guys. Alright, so let's just advance. No problem. I mean, I could try and corral some of these guys in. Blood Knights might be able to get there in time. Yeah, let's actually do this. Yeah, this is actually becoming okay for us. Yeah, wow. Those units are just really durable here. Cool, so we're moving in with all these troops. Vlad can summon some dudes back here. Pull these spears over here. Those doggos, unfortunately, I just missed microed. Get you guys pushing back here. Vlad can go. You can go there. Okay, that's actually turned out okay here. I had a couple sloppy engagements, but I've been able to make up for it here. So let's pull you guys back here. You guys go, and we can kind of cross-hatch right there. You guys can go here. Get that going. Looks good. Great. All right, so Blood Knights, how are you guys doing? Blood Knights did pretty well for themselves. Kind of keep hunting down those Sisters of Thorn. Vlad, you just do your thing. Master Beguilement. Anyone we want to beguile, really? Not particularly, to be honest. Yeah, we're doing some good backline damage. How's the goose doing? I don't even know where my goose is. I think I just forgot about the goose completely. Alright, cool. Nice pendulum attempt there. Yeah, that was pretty good, actually. He got some damage on me. Let's get you guys up around the top. White King still chopping through those guys. It's so hard to click. Goddamn. So these guys are just kind of loop-de-looing around. Vlad, oh, Vlad might actually be able to kill his caster here. That would actually be really strong. Nerf those Dryads a little bit. Ooh, he got my Blood Knights under trap. Very nice, man. If we can keep the Blood Knights alive, we're okay. Let's just pull them back. Pull the Blood Knights over here. And good. So we crumped those archers pretty good. Now we can kind of do a do-si-do here. How's Vlad doing? Vlad and company going after that Branch Wraith. Can we get the Branch Wraith down? Can we? Why are the Blood Knights trapped? I moved them. Come on, Blood Knights. Get out of there. Oh, I can't click it. My hand isn't working. There we go. Perfect. Come, Blood Knights. Yes. Live long and prosper. Oh, no. My wrist support fell off the desk. Oh. Okay, let's get over there with our characters. So we'll get the Blood Knights chasing those bad boys off. How are we doing on the archers here? Pretty good. Okay. Yes, Vlad. Go. Drop a little bit of this. Use a little arcane conduit there. Okay, so we still got some cav pressure in the back, which is great. And the Blood Knights just chasing off that Branch Wraith. I literally have like things flying off my desk here. Alright, get a Scab Scrape here. I should be able to hit those guys. Go, keep attacking that dragon if we can. You guys keep going here. I feel like having the Blood Knight chase off this Branch Wraith is just not worth it. Let's come back. We gotta pull away now. Blood Knights, we could just put them in group 2 now. I think it's fine. My goose, unfortunately, is getting cooked up in the sky. So we gotta try and find a better way here. Have you go chase. Blood Knights can come over here. Hopefully get those sisters. Great. Pull over here. Start moving there. Good. Come on, Vladidaddy. My poor goose, man, is just getting cooked so solid up here in the sky. I could heal it. I don't know if it's worth it, but yeah. Damage is damage. We can actually have it land here too. Let's land the goose. And pull the Blood Knights over and try and save it. I don't know if we're going to be able to get it away. Vlad and company trying their hearts out. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I think we lost it. Which is fine. So Blood Knights, can you bounce over here? Go deal with those Wild Riders. It's a pretty close game, actually. Fucking, if only my stupid hand worked. Alright, so and then from here we basically just need to use all our invocations to save our characters here. We do actually have... That'll be good, like that. Ooh, that was a nice one right there. Overcasted Invos. Gonna be really strong here. Healing up those 4 units. But Winds of Magic is gonna be pretty taxed. The goose, losing the goose was pretty bad for sure. Might be able to get something on this Dragon Master here. See if we can lure him into these knights. You know, for one side, attack animation is actually pretty good for us, as the Blood Knights get in there and do a bunch of damage. Unfortunately, Winds of Magic's a little bit tight. Master of Beguilement, one of these guys is fine. We can bounce back here. Might be able to break these guys, these Eternal Guard. Hard to say. We have some pretty good durability. I don't know why the bounce power says we're in okay shape. Like, I feel like my opponent's, I mean, I guess because I have Vlad. I don't know, Vlad is like not that strong though. How are we doing on the Scab's Grace? Looks like we have another one on cooldown here. So we'll just kind of keep moving this way. See if he'll let us charge these Sisters of Thorn. Okay, so we actually got in there, got a nice charge against his Cav. I'm a little bit out of position with my infantry. I think it's worth it to keep the Blood Knights in though. They got the full charge. Unfortunately, this character is a little bit trapped up here. Stern's been a little bit out. He's losing a lot here, like in this mobile fight. Drop a zombie summon here. I still have the Karstein ring too, which is kind of cool. Okay, so we trapped up most of the cavalry units. Those guys are kind of broken up. Got some Sisters of Thorn to feast on here, so we're definitely going to keep the pressure on those guys. This one White King's unfortunately just going to die. Ooh, nice breath attack from him. Ooh, that was really good. That might have won him the game right there. But we do get the Sisters, which is good, and we still have Vlad. Considering we have a Meme Lord, I feel like we're doing pretty good. Come on. Juke it, baby. Oh, yeah, look at this White King. He's just got the moves, dude. Okay, so they're all broken. We have the Sternsmen left, but not too many. Ammunition's a little bit low on him. And, yeah, let's see if this homeboy can get away here. Oh, no. Come on, Vlad. It's always the curse of bringing a crappy lord. It's fun when you pick them, but then when you fail because of it... Well, I failed for many reasons, but... Come on, get over here. Nobody can stand up to the might of Vlad von Karstein. I think we have another Scab's Wraith here. Ooh, this could actually be good. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a nice one right there. Ooh, yeah, that was good. Bread was buttered. Am I going to get enough for another summon? 1 per 19? Probably not. We still have the Sternsmen fighting pretty hard here. What do we have left? Anything? Dude, Vlad is definitely a meme lord. Compared to the other vampire lords you have, oh my god, he's like, hands down. I would definitely disagree with that. Alright, the dragon gave us a good attack animation. We might be able to get a couple blows on it. We'll see. We might get enough for another summon. It's going to be hard to say. So he's got some Eternal Guard left. He has too many Eternal Guard. There's no way we can kill those. A Scab's Wrath out of 10. Scab's Wrath is really good. That got us a bunch of damage this game. Okay, so we actually broke these guys, believe it or not. I think we broke those spears. Yes, flee from the Karstein. Yeah, I mean, a Blood Dragon Helm of Discord Lord is just so good. It's really hard to justify other lords, to be honest. Let's degroup these guys so they move a little bit more fluid. The good thing is this game's taking a while, so we're going to have the replays from the other match. Damn hawks! The birds are attacking us! No, I can assure you the Lord pick isn't the primary reason we lost. It was the main reason we lost is because of me letting shit get caught in the beginning. He did a really good job with his Praise of Anathrema. Like, when I overextended with some Black Knights, he caught me there. There was a couple other situations where him isolating my Goose too was huge. Alright, Vlad. Use the Von Karstein ring. You know what the dreaded tactic is with Vlad, guys? Is to use the Von Karstein ring when you're on disintegrating, when you're on the disintegrating army losses. It's so funny. Okay. So we're going in there. Yes, keep going, people. 199. Oh, there's no way I'm getting that. His dragon is like flying all over the place. Oh, come on. Come on, White King. We'll put you in group 2 for the MLG Micro. Come on, Vlad. Solo this. You got this, no problem. Especially once the dreaded Arcane Conduit comes up. Oh, yeah. It's so good to be able to play again, though. My God. Like, I mean, I'm not quite back up, but it's just nice to be able to, like, get in there. Any tips on dealing with White Kings? Honestly, I mean, my opponent's doing a pretty good job. Just take some notes there. He's doing mighty nice and solid. All right, so let's go ahead and summon some zombies here. Zombie. GG, well played. Dark Phoenix playing a great game here. And there you can see the dreaded skeleton summon. Is it considered a BMGG out of a loss? No, not at all. No. If you think you've lost it, no. Please. We're having some fun here, though. It's always fun to see how long Vlad can last, because he is really good at this. He's quite a durable lord. I am at my healing cap. We do also have the Von Karstein ring. I want to show you guys this. When it gets to disintegrating. I mean, like, no. The thing is, Vlad might be able to kill all this stuff, but not the dragon. The dragon is so good against him. You guys think Vlad's got this one in the bag? Okay, hold on. I have to wait for army losses to show you the dreaded ring combo. Oh! Okay, so I'm disintegrating right now, but look how much damage I'm taking, because it gives you 90% ward save, so Vlad is just tanking the army losses. I love it. Oh man, he's taking like no damage. This is the true way to play undead. No penalties at all. How much longer do I have? Oh, only a couple seconds. Come on, Vlad. This is time. This is time. Vlad, come on. As long as that Von Karstein ring lasts forever, maybe we have a chance. Alright, GG Dark Phoenix. That was a fun one, brother. Well played. So yeah, it was... I think my build was okay. Like, if I had to change things up, I'd probably bring... I don't know, a different lord. Probably bring the Helm of Discord lord. You could even put him on foot, or probably put him on horseback so he can move with your cavalry. Couple other things. Yeah, I don't know. The goose up in the sky, like, I almost wonder if I should go, like, double goose. Like, cut the Black Knight harass and go double goose. But we were able to get into the archer lines pretty well, so. Well played, Dark Phoenix. And now I can go and get those replays. Dude, Vlad establishing dominance even in loss. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I got game 4 here. Game 4 UCL finals. Oh, dude, that is the ultimate dad move for sure. Hold on. Okay, so UCL 4 finals, replays. So this is game 4. So I need to switch the names again because it's contingent on. All right, so let's get this party started. God, I need to find a better way, like a better system of like doing the names and stuff, because it's so annoying having to do this. Okay, so I'm not going to play any more games today because it is really taxing on my hand. I shouldn't be doing that too much until I'm like fully recovered. Question I want to know, where's his nose? I don't know, dude. That's a good question. All right, so it looks like we're all good. We have a donation from Spellbound. 1 out of 2 ain't bad. Glad to see you playing again. Me too, man. Me too. Man, they're good players too. Phoenix is a solid foe. Solid foe indeed. I do like playing counts though. They're quite a bit of fun. All right, so I'm switching the alternating who sent me the replays. So, oh, did I actually have it right the first time? No, I think we're okay. So currently Random Nix is up 2-1. And this is best of 7, so the players are going to continue playing their games. And we're going to do it to it. So this one's going to be Random Nix on the forces of Norska, facing off against Loopy, who's going to be on the Beastmen. So we can see we have Quad Condom Wolf, we have Marauder Horsemasters, Marauders, and Skin Wolves are just so good in this matchup. Skin Wolves are efficient against like Minotaurs, good against Centaurs, just really solid against like a number of assets on that roster. So hold on a sec. So the red player, yeah, I need to switch the scoreboards one more time, guys. So bear with me. I had it on the wrong. No, it's right. It's right. Yeah, okay. Perfect. No, my recovery date is not pushed back. I can play a couple games here and there. All right, guys. So for the army of Norska, we saw it. It's going to be Quad Skin Wolf, and of course this is the army here of Random Nix. And for his lord, of course, he has Wolfric on a big old fat mammoth, and that is going to be it. And now for the beast people. It's going to be Centaurs with throwing axes, pretty much to counteract mammoths. They're very, very good at that. But how is he going to be dealing with skin wolves? It looks like he's opting to fight the skin wolves with Ungor spearman herds. And, you know, spear chaff is pretty good there. We have a Gorbull. We have Morkr the Shadowgrave. Is it Grave or Gave? It's Gave. A Manticore Summoner and a Giant as well. Interesting. So we'll see if the Giant pays off here in this glorious, glorious battle. So the skirmishing is underway. Horsemasters, of course, will be pretty good at skirmishing against throwing axes. Throwing axes have less range by quite a bit. It's going to be, well, not quite a bit, by enough. It's going to be 90 to 70 in terms of range and dueling and all that sort of good stuff. So Marauder Horsemen throwing in. Oh, a couple throwing axes might be able to chip off a couple of those guys. It looks like some of the horsemen do get caught there. Not bad at all. And now the Marauder Horsemen continuing to circle as both players skirmish. The Condom Wolves, the premier condom brand of the old world, Skin Wolves, hiding in the back line quite happily. You know, I guess if they can come in after the skirmishing phase is over and, you know, get on some of these high-value targets, Gorbel will be okay against them. Gorbel does have high armor at least. Skin Wolves don't have the best AP values, but Horsemasters, I mean, with proper control, should be able to win most of the skirmishing. However, the Beastmen do outnumber them. They have, you know, 1-to-1 with Centaurs, plus they also have Poison Hound support and regular Centaurs in the flanks as well. So they do have a bit of a numbers game in terms of the skirmishing and cockfighting that could potentially happen. So the players continue to skirmish. Marauder Horsemen, honestly, they could take that charge. If these two Marauder Horsemen charge into those Warhounds, like in sync, and together now, yes, in sync, glorious stuff. Centaurs versus Marauder Horsemen is one of the worst engagements in the game, says the Viking. Yeah, it's certainly a wild one, to say the least, but yeah, because the arcs of fire and the javelins are a little bit more direct. I find that they trade a little bit more efficiently than the throwing axes, but like I said, the Beastmen have the Hound buffering, so there's going to be a little bit of a microing, kind of, you know, bouncing back and forth with those guys. And just like we talked about, the Marauder Horsemen were able to charge the Warhounds over there while throwing javelins at them, and that's actually enough to break them oftentimes. So he does get a good trade there. Centaurs hiding in the trees here. It looks like there's one group there and one group here. The Skin Wolves are just going to be waiting for them. Skin Wolves defeat them quite handedly in combat, so I don't think they're going to have too many concerns about that. And yeah, it seems like Norska is still getting the advantageous trades here. Random Nix and his Norskins definitely doing very well in the poking phase. I think his army's just better suited for it. And the Beastmen appear to be pushing forward. Definitely want to get that Giant up as well. The Giant is lurking in the back, and Big Chungus himself definitely needs to get his hands dirty in this fight. We'll see how it unfolds. Wolfric hiding out of range of the throwing axes. And, you know, aside from... The Giant is good against Mammoths too. Giants trade pretty effectively with other monsters, like against anti-infantry monsters more specifically. So it would trade pretty well with Wolfric if they do get into like a fisticuffs brawl. You know, a good old-fashioned knockdown, drag-out fight. In the back, Centaur is still just posturing, but there's no javelins. There's no ranged, really, you know, backline sensitivity. So, yeah, I don't know how that's going to go. We will see. Marauder Horsemaster is still throwing in there. Continuing to poke. Yes, good. See some of the Centaurs getting dragged down. And, oh, a 2v1 out here, actually. So some of the Skin Wolves do potentially overextend going after Centaurs, and one of the Centaurs is going to be charging them. But, you know, maybe in a 2v1 fight, it might be worth it here for Loopy to take this. If Loopy's able to get 2v1 on the Skin Wolves, I think he could have won that. Although, you know, there's other Skin Wolves coming, so yeah, definitely not a good idea to stay and fight. I couldn't see it from the angle I was looking. So, well played to Loopy, pulling back there. He definitely doesn't want to be sitting in that situation. So here, the Centaurs with throwing axes are all pulling back. What is the plural of Chungus? Chungai? Yeah, maybe Chungai. I have no idea, dude. It's made up word, so you guys get the picture here. The Norska keeping a pretty tight formation. The double Skin Wolves really dominating the mobile engagement. I'm trying to, you know, think myself, like, what I would do to deal with Skin Wolves. Skin Wolves are really, really tough for Norska. Not for Norska, but they're really, really tough for Skaven, really tough for Beastmen, because they counter a lot of the mobile assets and Minotaurs. They outtrade Minotaurs. They outtrade Centaurs very efficiently. They outtrade Rat Ogres. It's a tough one, for sure. But I'm curious how the pick and ban phase went in this one. But here, the Skin Wolves and the Marauder Horsemen are looking to take a fight here. Skin Wolves actually getting super aggressive. And it looks like the Condom Wolves are going to be able to get in and actually take down some of those Centaurs with throwing axes. Oh yeah, you can see they're getting dragged down nice and good like. Definitely not enjoying that. Here they come, Marauder Horsemen sweeping out. And you know, while I'm here with you guys, I have a quick question. If I were to have an ECL qualifier, so let's say we have like a big 60-man tournament, right? Like a big balls deep tournament as we usually do. Would you guys prefer it if I just let the players finish the tournament on their own and then they send me the replays and I cast it like this to prevent lag? Or do you guys prefer, you know, if I do it with them live? Now, there's obviously pros and cons to each. There's certainly less stress on the player, I would imagine, if it's not live. But I just wanted some feedback on that, guys. So here at the Skin Wolves in the back, we have how many units? 3 units of Skin Wolves are able to really beat down those Centaurs. Centaurs getting wrecked. And a Manticore summon was used in response, but unfortunately for Loopy here, he is going to be just chasing with this thing and probably won't get too much value. The Skin Wolves are just going to kite that bad boy. Over here we have another engagement, or it looked to be an engagement. Well, see Centaurs the throwing axes going after Skin Wolves, but Random Nix is just doing a masterful job just baiting and switching, and really the Marauder Horsemasters are just out skirmishing the Centaurs. Although a bit of an overextension here, these Marauder Horsemen might be a little bit out of their element, but I guess they have plenty of support nearby. I know it's hard because live is really fun too because you know like everything's at stake, but yeah, definitely live. Okay, yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, I'm seeing some mixed feedback, but I do appreciate it, guys. I'm going to go back and read all these messages after the stream's over and kind of engage it. Definitely live. Yeah, I definitely live if there's no lag. But if there's lag between the players, perhaps yeah. Okay. But man, Norsca really getting the better of these engagements here. Picking off some of the hounds here, but a lot of the Norscan mobile assets are here. You also have to remember there's still a fat giant. Morker the Shadowgave is still also here. Wolfric is going to be pretty capable of dealing with those guys if he's still around. Where the hell did Wolfric go, by the way? I have like no idea where the big chungus himself is. Yeah, he's over here. Okay. Gorbel amongst Marauders looks like a Flock of Doom is going to be going down, slapping on the Norscan forces. It's an okay one. It's going to hit Marauders, and you know, it won't do that much against Skin Wolves, but it should be okay. Yeah, really appreciate the feedback, guys. I think there's something cool about it being live. Otherwise, yeah, okay. Yeah, sounds good. So Manticore is chasing down Wolfric. He's just going to kite that bad boy out, certainly waiting out the Beastman summons. It looks like a Sea Fang and a Burning Head going down over here. The Burning Head clips one unfortunate Centaur who runs through the flame like an 80s action hero. Marauder Horseman here getting a little bit caught up on spears. A little bit of a lapse in micro right there, but they're going to pull around. But honestly, the bounce power is pretty close. You have to remember, though, Beastmen are a summon faction, so oftentimes it's not what it seems. As this Manticore is basically just hunting Wolfric this entire time, getting some good damage, mind you. Now he's going to be looping around, and oh, Gorbel just getting ping-ponged. Absolutely brutal. And a spawn summon coming in as well, so going pretty aggressive here after Wolfric, who is going to be getting the benefit here of the Cascading Fire Cloak, as well as the Scroll of Shielding. So Wolfric is suddenly going to be a pretty tanky lad for sure. Yeah, there you have it. Look at this big old boy. The Giant's coming in, though. I mean, if the Beastmen were able to drag down Wolfric somehow, while also keeping Morker and, you know, the Giant alive, that could be a way for them to get back in this game, because though Random Nyx has been winning the skirmish phase, like, you also have to take into account, like, there's still this big monster fight that is, you know, underway here, and a nice Flock of Doom. Man, that was a gritty Flock of Doom right there. Brutal stuff. And you can see the Marauder Horsemen. Those boys, yeah, taking a lot of damage from that Flock of Doom. Wolfric now going to be getting some throwing axes as well, but the Marauder Horsemen are making them pay dearly for that engagement. Able to really get a lot of solid damage as they do. Some Skin Wolves sweeping the edge of the battlefield, now going to be collapsing up on the high ground. I would imagine the Marauder Horsemen might even take an aggressive fight here. Skin Wolves might be able to get a wrap on the Bratium and a Beast for that matter. Wolfric is able to pull back using Hunter of Champions. He does isolate the Minotaur, or not Minotaur, but I mean, technically it is a Minotaur, but he's able to isolate the Gorbel here, and Gorbel is going to have a really bad time with the Hunter of Champions. His armor and his melee defense is going to be very, very low. Yeah, the Giant is healthy for sure, but Gorbel is getting spanked pretty good, and if Wolfric is able to just, you know, kill Gorbel and then, you know, deal with Morker later, Skin Wolves will be able to drag down a Giant eventually. Up on the high ground, Sea Fang going down. It looks like he was doing the Sea Fang as an attempt to slow rather than do damage, and it looked like it was a bit of a swing and a miss. But the Skin Wolves here are able to wrap up the Bray Shaman, and yeah, he's taking some damage, but a lot of throwing axes are coming in. Could this be a comeback from Loopy? It currently looks like the bounce power is in the favor here of Random Nyx. And the Bray Shaman and Beast is going down as well, so that's going to get rid of the Flock of Dooms. Not the worst blow in the world, considering it's basically just there to summon its Manticores, but it still is a loss nonetheless. So the Bray Shaman and Beast probably going to be chased off by a lone Horsemaster here. And, you know, the Centaurs might want to turn in fight. If you look here, you can see the entire Marauder Horseman core is, like, super damaged, and the Centaurs are kind of healthy. Like, one countercharge right there probably could shatter the whole unit. And right there you can see, Loopy does realize this. He charges in with the Centaurs, and you can see the Horsemasters are wavering, buckling, breaking. Very, very nice play there by Loopy, but is it going to be enough? The problem is there's two Wind Wolves right here. Oh, man, and look at the Condom Wolves doing so much damage against the Giant. Brutal stuff. Brutal stuff. And you can see this Giant is going to be breaking -8. And I don't think there's going to be any way for the Beastmen to come back from here. I think Random Nyx is going to be taking this game. Because from here, I mean, Wolfric can just give it to Morker. X going to give it to you, Wolfric going to give it to you, same thing. It's not going to be a good time. And yeah, you can see, I mean, this mammoth is like, it was born and bred for one purpose, and that purpose was to, oh my god, that Giant, what was that death animation? Did you see that? Like the Giant, like, just crumbled. I have never seen that before. And that Giant just got flattened by the tusks of that mammoth. And this one's 100% over now. It's going to be army losses soon, and that's going to be GG. So currently, if we look, Random Nyx going to be going up 3-1 here in this series. Let's see if they have the next game ready. Looks like it's not quite ready, but we'll just hang out and chat in the meantime. Because I don't want to play another game. That last one was kind of hard on my hand. It didn't hurt, but like I felt the fatigue setting in, so I'm just going to take it easy, guys. Yes, the dreaded Beastmen have lost. But Skinwolves are, man, Skinwolves are just so strong. And the Marauder Horsemen was so solid. Like, the Centaurs with throwing axes were just countered so hard that game, and the Skinwolves just wrecked all the Centaurs and, you know, the monsters. Yeah. The giant was too lazy to play its death animation, it seems, yeah. Mammoths are brutal for sure. Tell us it's live, but secretly use replays. Yeah, no, you can't do that. You guys could tell. Because it doesn't give me the option to pause if it's a live game. Yeah, I mean, all right, so let's theorycraft a little bit. Like, how do you deal with... You know who I feel like can do okay against Skinwolves? Like, it's not a pretty engagement, but I feel like Spawn do okay. Like, not one-on-one, but if Spawn are, like, stacked with... if they're stacked with infantry, like, I feel like they hit hard enough to tear down Skinwolves. Yeah, I mean, I think Random Nix is really outbuilded Loopy. Random Nix's micro is really good too, though. He was like pretty perfect at keeping his Horse Masters out of range. I mean, he had a couple of points where he blobbed up and like let them get Flock of Doomed or countercharge, but for the most part, yeah, it's a tricky one. It is a tricky one indeed. So I don't know. Do you use Spawn here? Do Minotaurs with great weapons come into play? Minotaurs with great weapons, of course, hit really hard, but they're very expensive too. I feel like 2 Skinwolves would easily outtrade one of those guys. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The Viking Total War says, I think the only way you can beat them is if you manage to break them somehow and then chase them. Yeah. Let's go ahead, actually, now that we have a little bit of time, we can go and like theorycraft a little bit. All right, so custom battles. One sec here. So Beastmen. Yeah, I mean, if you could break the Skinwolves, Morker I think is the way to go. He's just so good. Gorable Manticore Summoner is really good. I think the Manticore Summon, like, it's too hard to justify not bringing it. Maybe, like... The thing is, the Skinwolves, like, even if you drop a ton of summons, what happens is the Skinwolves, like, sometime get away. Like, they could just run away. Ungor Archers are okay, I guess. I don't know. Like, maybe at bringing down the Mammoth. So let's go with the Manticore Summoner. I think the Manticore Summoner is really good. Manticores are just so strong. And Flock of Doom is actually not bad against Norsk also. Okay, so we have the foundation of a build here. I think going with Ungor Spearman Herds is probably fine. So let me get these bad boys ready. I think the best approach is not to play Beastman. That's pretty funny. Okay. So then we got Spawn. I keep looking for the weird Spawn. I'm like, are they on this roster? Centaurs with throwing axes, like, okay, so then the issue becomes, how do you kill a mammoth? The Centaurs with throwing axes are certainly quite adept at killing a mammoth, but you could just go for like more of a mouth-breathing Death Star and just not care. Like if you have Gorble plus like some Minotaurs with great weapons, so Butchers of Kalkengard I definitely think are good because they have Terror Route. So they can like Terror Route them once you get rid of the Frenzy. It's like a halftime analysis for real sports, I know. This is a real sport. I mean, do we bring Raiders? Raiders give you steady pressure against a Mammoth, and backed up with Spawn, maybe you're going to actually be able to protect them. Maybe you can mix in some Razor Gores too. Like, because the Razor Gores give you mass to stop things from advancing through your battle lines, which allow the Raiders to shoot a little bit more. You have 3 Spawn, you have Butchers of Kalkengard. Maybe you go 2 Spawn, 1 Minotaur with a great weapon. And then some Poison Hounds to chase things off. Like, I don't know, would something like this work? I wouldn't bring Bestigors. Bestigors seem to just get wrecked by Mammoths like way too hard. Like, plus the Sea Fang will wreck them. So you have a couple Ungor Raiders, and they can poke the Mammoth the entire time. Skinwolves are going to be fighting into Butchers, plus Minotaurs with Grey Opens, each of which are like... So you keep a very tight formation. And if they do come in with like Skirmish, you at least have Ungor Raiders to countershoot against the Horse Masters. You have a Manticore Summoner. I feel like something like this could work. It's definitely... Yeah, the Eye of More Sleep is something to consider too because it has a snare, but aside from that, Cygors aren't going to be that good there because the big threats in the army aren't the infantry. I don't know though. ROR Bestigors, I have so much investing in like halberd infantry against like mammoths just feels crappy, especially since they can just Sea Fang you down. Berserkers will destroy for sure, but Berserkers also will take a ton of damage from Ungor Raiders plus your spawn. And you can get the Razor Gores in there and the Butchers of Kalkengard. Yeah, Berserkers would be tough here for sure. Yeah, it's a tough matchup. It's a really tough one. Like, on the other side of the coin, you could go with Bestigors, and then you could go for, like, double giant. You could go for, like, a really, like, ugly box, but then you kind of give up the skirmishing game so hard. I don't know. It's a tricky one. All right. So it looks like we got the next game, so let me go ahead and download that bad boy. How's it going, T-Love? You're doing well? Cool. And we're just about set. Let's get this party started, man. Oh, Tila, did we play earlier? Well played. It was a good game. You were the first foe of Turin Halfhand. All right. Unfortunately, I can only play like 1 or 2 games a day right now while I'm recovering. So, but when I do get back, I'll happily play you. All right. So this one's going to be Random Nicks on the Lizards facing off against Loopy on the Wood Elves. This is currently the 5th game here in the grand finals of this qualifier. If Random Nicks wins this, he wins the entire series. If Loopy wins it, then he'll have a chance to do a reverse sweep. Yeah. We will indeed. Well, Tila, if you join our Discord and hit me up in the next couple weeks, I'll happily play you again, brother. No problem. So, as far as the armies go, if we take a look here at the forces of the Saurus hordes, the Lizardmen, it's going to be Saurus in the front, Skink Javelins with the cohorts, of course. Very, very good. We have a big old Dread Saurian, which is an interesting choice. I don't know what kind of missile play we have. There are Way Watchers, so Way Watchers certainly going to be quite punishing against the big Dread Saurian, but he's certainly a big old threat. It's going to be a Slann Mage Priest of Life here in the back. And we have Colden Riders, and more Skink cohorts in the back. So Colden Riders trade pretty efficiently with Wild Riders. Obviously, they're armored, they're anti-large. Oh, no, these aren't the Spear Riders, though. These are just basic Colden Riders. Interesting. Mole Spaghetti, I won 1 and I lost 1 in terms of my quick battles. Wild Riders here with shields. Front line is going to be spears. We have Big Papa Durthu and a Branch Wraith as well. Hawkeyes of Jakira, Way Watchers, and some Dryads and Spear. Certainly going to get down to a very fast Royal Rumble here on this small map. Falcon calling for the Dread Boy to win. The Dread Saurian certainly a very exciting pick here. Do not spoil the outcome of the game. If you guys are now watching me cast the replays, do not do it. So the Wood Elves are falling back. The Dread Saurian advancing in very quickly. We're going to get to see Optimus Pine battling against the mighty Dread Beast itself. 11,000 HP is no joke, and you can see that Dread Saurian is hungering for some bark. It's looking for a new chew toy, and I think Durthu is certainly a prime candidate. So the Way Watchers and the Hawkeyes of Jakira take almost 1,000 HP off the Dread Saurian, but look at that, the Shield of Chaqua going down from the Legion back here, which is going to give it massive missile resist. It looks like a Manticore Summon being used as well, but the big boy has finally caught up to Durthu, and Durthu is going to be taking some damage for sure, but so is the Dread Saurian. But is the Dread Saurian going to be occupying so much attention that everything else kind of goes unnoticed? So here we have Colden Riders battling the Wild Riders. Same thing on the high ground. It looks like 2 Wild Riders against 1 Colden Rider, but there is Skink support here. So the Skinks will certainly help make a difference here in that battle. Shield with the old ones going down, and an overcasted regrowth is going to be healing a big old fat 2,000 HP, which is pretty insane. And a Slann Banishment in the back as well is going to be going down, tearing through the Hawkeyes of Jakira. Not doing that much damage, honestly. They're pretty loosely packed, and Banishment typically does better damage against loosely packed units. So the balance of power immediately goes into the favor of Loopy, as the Dread Saurian is broken. You can see he's not having a great time, and it would appear that Loopy is getting the better of many engagements. Up on the high ground, Loopy is able to dominate the Colden Riders. Down here, some of the Wild Riders do break, but the Colden Riders also take pretty much lethal damage as well. So far, it seems like Loopy and his Wood Elves are in a relatively dominant position at this point, with the Dread Saurian breaking. However, the Dread Saurian does have access to a Life Slann, and if that Life Slann is able to get some big fat heals on the Dread Saurian, keep this bad boy going, you know, you can never count it out while the Dread Saurian is still in the battle, just like in that movie, The Princess Bride. And never, what is the thing the guy says about, like, when death is on the line? Whenever a Dread Saurian's on the line, you can never count him out. Anyways, here, the Slann Mage going to be going after the Feral Manticore, raising his gelatinous toad paws, and, you know, keeping it going. And look at that thing tumble. That was really funny. Oh, but the Dread Beast returns, and I would imagine that the toad is saving up for another regrowth here. Over on this side of the battlefield, some Colden Riders coming back. This is pretty much a very attrition-heavy, brutal battle here, as the Wild Riders are worn down. And you can see the little skank boys, you know, dragging down some of these Wild Riders. It's something all right. Some Colden Riders getting around the flank, and also the Legion of Jaqua getting onto these. I mean, if the missile pieces of the Wood Elves can be shut down, and there's more regrowths on the table, then the Dread Saurian is certainly going to be able to still be impactful here. And now, here comes Big Thickness, an overcasted regrowth for sure. Shield with Old Ones going down. No, just basic regrowth, so maybe he's not quite there with the Winds of Magic. That's going to be another 1,000, 1,300 HP that is going to be going on the Dread Saurian. Might be able to get some terror routes back here, but it seems the Wood Elves and Loopy have done a very good job of getting all their spears in position. So you can see the Eternal Guards are now piling in, and the Colden Riders. 12 models here. A couple of those Lizard Cav left, but it looks like the Dread Saurian is kind of on its last legs. I mean, it's still 3,000 HP. That's the thing. Like, when you look at a Dread Saurian and its HP is this low, it still has as much HP as many Legendary Lords. It's a big boy for sure. So the Slan's coming in, trying to save him. Cold-blooded, trying to keep this bad boy going, but it looks like he is going to break right now. Potentially could stabilize. He's got four leadership. Maybe we'll come back. Bounce of power, though, looking pretty good for Loopy, as Optimus Pine is now going to cleave some toad. He's moving across the battlefield and really going after this big old Slan here. The Aura of Pretzel is active. Going to be giving the Slan a little bit of a combat boost as he uses some magic witchcraft to smite some of the Hawkeyes of Jakira. But the Dread Saurian returns once again. Brutal stuff. It is coming back for vengeance. It's like the Terminator. It's T2 Dread Saurian edition. But yeah, Durthu is going to smack this toad up for sure. Slans are deceivingly tanky with a high HP pool, but as far as their combat prowess goes, they're not known for their melee combat. Yeah, we will see. So here comes the Dread Saurian. I mean, is there going to be another heal? Maybe an Earthblood of some sort? I have a feeling Winds of Magic is going to be a little bit too low for another regrowth. Dread Saurian rocking 1,200 HP, but the missile pieces of the Wood Elves are still in line. Loopy has been doing an excellent job keeping his, like the entire game, his ammunition is almost fully used, and the Dread Saurian breaks for the third time, and that is going to be victory for the Hardwood. Well played. Well played indeed. Loopy pushing the reverse sweep. Is he going to get there? Perhaps so. But he's certainly on the ropes. It's a 3-2 series in this best of 7. So let's go ahead and just take a look at the game and see what's cracking. Oh, that was a good one. Durthu slapped the base there. Their Dread Saurian meme, quite a wild gambit. So we're just going to hang out while the players get the next game going. Again, thank you all for joining today. It's been a blast, and we're still going strong. Love when Durthu slaps people instead of using the sword. Yeah, the Durthu slap is a far better animation. Yeah, poor Dread Saurian. He tried. It's interesting. Because, you know, maybe what Random Nix was expecting was a Wood Elf, like, Death Star, like a tree Death Star. Like, maybe he thought Loopy would just hide in the trees. And, like, the Dread Saurian would be pretty good at bunker busting, right? Yeah. That's great. And the Dread Saurian meme will live on, for sure. Never forget the Dread Saurian 2020. On this day, September 1st, 2020, the mighty Dread Saurian marched to war. Picks Dread Saurian versus Wood Elves. Dread Saurian gets pincushion, surprise Pikachu face. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. You know, but like, if Loopy had gone for a tree box, like in the... I don't think that's Loopy's playstyle, but if he had gone for a tree box in like some little patch somewhere, the Dread Saurian could have been a playmaker. Yeah. It's something to think about. But he will go on forever in the hearts and minds of everyone who's on the stream today. You'll always remember the Dread Saurian for the good he brought to this world. And you know what? He still lived, all right? The Dread Saurian wasn't killed. He got away, so he'll be back. Hashtag never forget. Yeah. The Dread Saurian, definitely a 2020 monster. Falcon is the lord of the Dread Saurian. Yeah, he's definitely the lord of that creature. All right, very good. So yeah, now we're just going to hang out. Shouldn't be too long. Obviously, they were playing during the course of that game, doing their picks and whatnot, so we should be there relatively soon. So Loopy, to get back on the board, is going to have to win the next 2 games. So he certainly has a bit of a challenge ahead of him. Random Nix securing 3 victories so far in the series. Best of 7, certainly quite a bit of fun. Normally, UCL finals are best of 5. But, you know, since the entire stream is devoted just to this battle, I think it'd be a little bit more prudent to, you know, to go about it that way. Major Moolah in chat saying, I shall name my first son Dread Saurian. That's very nice of you. Oh my god, imagine being a child growing up and your name is Dread Saurian. Like, that's not your, like, your name is like Dread Saurian Smith, you know? It's like, it's your first name is just Dread Saurian. Yeah. That would actually be really funny. God, where did I see some kid who had like a ridiculous name? I saw something. I think it was like a Transformers name. Like some kid was named like Optimus Prime or something. I can't remember it. Dread Saurian is the Harambe of 2020. That's a great analogy. You know, if you guys are feeling you know, it would be really funny, guys. All right, so next time you guys go to get like a Starbucks or a coffee, you know how they like call your name, they ask for your name. So next time you go to your local Starbucks, like, you know, tell the barista that your name is Dread Saurian and have them write it down on the cup. And then when you're waiting for your coffee, you just like don't get it right away, and they'll call your name, be like Dread Saurian. Oh my god, that'd be so funny. If one of you guys could record that and send it to me, I would put that up on my channel so fast. Was it Elon Musk's kid? Yeah, he had like an equation for his name or something. Look, we have a Dread Saurian in chat. Some couple named their kid Dovahkiin. Yeah, because I remember seeing someone at a Starbucks, or I don't know if it was a Starbucks or a coffee shop, but they went they told the barista their name was Optimus Prime, and then the barista actually called it like out loud in a crowd of people, like Optimus Prime or Prime, Optimus Prime, you hear? You know a kid named Wolverine? No freaking way, dude. And imagine naming your kid Hellstorm Rocket Battery. Dude, that's so terrible. Don't do that. Holy shit. Even Starbucks employees know the Dread Saurian would be dead in the time it took to prepare the coffee. That's pretty funny. My wife's cousin is called Blade. I feel so sorry for him being given that name. Yeah. Well, you know, one of my sides of the family, their last name was Blades. So it was like, yeah, like Blades. Yeah. Optimus Pine, that's your real name. I kind of doubt that. I kind of doubt that's your real name. Yeah, so I mean, the standard build against this, like, Wood Elves, often you see, like, double solar engine. You know, and honestly, random nicks, like, the Dread Saurian didn't do terribly. I mean, it didn't do good, but the Coldwind Riders just got owned. Like, they all just got dunked on in their engagements. I think that was a big part of that game, too. A friend of mine called her daughter Valkyrie. Oh, that could be worse, because you could call her, like, Val for short, like Quintus. You could call her Val, you know. Mike E in chat says, grew up with a kid named Aurora, Harbinger of the Sun. Yeah, I grew up in a small town that had like a pretty substantial hippie community, like actual, like, you know, drum circle hippies. And there was a couple of them like who had named their children like Moon Song and like Summer Child and like things like that. That did exist. You see, Daniel Segura, Carl isn't a bad. That's like not uncommon though. Yeah. Oh god, don't name your child Troglodon. Don't do that. That would just be cruel. If you aren't naming your kid Queen Bess, what are you even doing? Oh my god. It's just anarchy. Queen Bess, just a male child named Queen Bess. You once said your name was the real Slim Shady at a burger shop. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I dig that. Oh man, I wonder. There's this YouTube channel. I want to try and get permission from the guy to like use his music on my streams, but he does what's called a genre. If you guys haven't seen it, it's called bardcore. So it's like contemporary songs in like medieval, like, you know, instruments and all that stuff. Dude, it's so funny. It's called bardcore, B-A-R-D core. You guys should search the song, The Real Slim Shady Bardcore. It's so good. I want to use those on my stream because I don't think they would get flagged for copyright since they're so altered. Yeah. Yeah, have you guys seen Bardcore? I could get you a link to it, actually. Hold on, I'll do that. We have time to kill, so we're just waiting for the players to send the replays in. I don't want to play it on stream because I don't want to, like, you know, take their content without their permission. So how can I open this without it playing? I'll let you guys search it. Just search The Real Slim Shady and then Bardcore, and, you know, it'll come up.
Meanwhile, you could make me coffee.
Sounds good.
I aim.
Carl Nicholas Franz. There you go. That's quite the name. Grammy says, my high school girlfriend's mom was called Arwen from Lord of the Rings. I'm sure there probably is someone named Toddbringer out there. You'll name your child Volkmar the Grim, including the Grim part. Yeah, I'm not gonna play it. I would have to check first. Dude, it bumps, doesn't it? Yeah. It's really good. And that guy's channel, he has a bunch of great songs. I'm gonna ask him, like, I'm gonna talk to the guy about it. Could you legally make your child's middle name all of Cetra's many titles? Probably, I don't know. Like, imagine trying to put that on a driver's license. Like, that's a really interesting question. What happens if you go to, like, the DMV here in the United States and you like, have some, like, middle name that's, like, 2 hours long? Like, how do they accompany that? Because I feel like, legally they have to, like, accommodate you with that. Like, what if you're from another culture and your name's super long? Like, they're not. Are they allowed to force you to conform and, like, shrink your name? Probably not.
Put the first letter.
They just put the first.
Middle initial.
But what if all three of your names are, like, balls deep long? Like, you know, how do they, like?
I guess they explode on the spot.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Todd is death, so nobody has named their child Deathbringer. Your name doesn't fit on a driver's license. Yeah, what do they do for that? It's kind of a curious thing, isn't it? Yeah, who knows? All right, so players still playing their game. 256 character limit on names. Okay. But couldn't you, like, sue them and say, like, they're not, like... it's not representing... Like, there was some guy who... If you guys didn't see this, hold on. See, now is actually a time we can do some stupid shit. Hold on. While we're waiting.
Well, okay, I guess I'll make my own coffee.
No, I'll get it, darling.
No, it's too late now. Never mind. It's fine.
Hold on, guys. I'm finding it for you. All right, one sec. Like, where is that? Okay, I think I found it. Hat. So there was this guy in where the hell is this? I need to get better at, like, doing this stuff on stream, man. I'm just, like, so shitty at this. Why is it not showing up? Hold on, guys. The coffee gods will punish you. I know. I'm going to be punished. 100%. Okay, maybe it's, like, the wrong file type. Hold on. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, that's fine. All right. So there was this has happened a couple times in the United States. Like, people will say that it's, like, their religion to go in and, like, they're like, yeah, you know, I'm like, whatever, I'm like a Pastafarian, you know, and they actually go into the DMV, like, and say it's their religious freedom to, like, wear this, you know, because you know, other religions have gotten that exemption. So people will, you know, go to the DMV and literally go in with, like, a spaghetti strainer on their head, like this guy. There's tons of people who've done this. Like, imagine being pulled over by a police officer and, like, having them, like, look at this, you know? Have you guys ever seen this? It's pretty crazy. Because what happened is there's people who would say, like, oh, you know, I want to wear this hat or whatnot because it's my religious freedom to wear it. So people who were kind of, you know, wanted to troll a little bit would go in and say, you know, I'm a Pastafarian, it's my religion. If you don't let me wear this, you're discriminating against my religion. Yeah, dude, I'm not even joking. That actually happens here. Yeah. So they, like, come in with a pasta strainer on their head. Yeah, and, like, you can legally, yeah, people have come in like, Jedi robes. There's, like, all kinds of crazy stuff that's happened. It's so funny. Yeah, I love it. That people have been doing that for a long time. If you search Pastafarian driver's license, you'll see a bunch of those. Yeah. Yeah. The Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster is considered real religion in many countries. Yeah, they're very good. I know, isn't that funny? Sorry for the delay, guys. Of course, we're just waiting for the last game, and these two are very evenly matched. We've been getting a lot of proper scraps today. Okay, so let's go ahead and delete these replays right now. The dreaded Pastafarian. Okay, perfect. Yep, they're battling right now. You can see them in the ECL lobby. Yeah, that Bard core channel has actually done quite a few. I like the Pastafarians way more than the other big religions. At least they do not start battles. All right. Fair enough, man. Yeah, that Bard core channel has done a lot. He's done like a bunch of 50 Cent songs, which is hilarious, you know? Oh, Jankuya, baby.
Yeah.
Jankuya Bardzo. Where'd you get... Did you get one for yourself? One sec, guys. I'll be right back. Let's put it in the fridge for now. Thank you, sweetheart. Oh, Falcon. Yeah, we could use that, actually. That's fine. You guys want to see a celebrity showdown from Falcon and Aerocrastic? We could do that. All right, so replay. Celebrity game. We're going to call it here. Unless they finish in the next couple seconds. Very good. Damn it. I need to like just become a better streamer. Like I'm so primitive with my technology. Like all these other streamers have like these fancy overlays and I'm just like some cave creature just like banging like my hand against a rock with like a stick, you know? Just, I'm so primitive. Ugh. All right. Oh, we're not going through the laboratory. So guys, we have a celebrity game. Falcon and Aerocrastic have sent a replay to be cast here. So, you know, to kill some time. Let's do it to it. All right, so celebrity game is going to be Aerocrastic on Skaven and Falcon on Norska. So you can see for Falcon's armies, rocking Berserkers and Javelins. Pretty standard, honestly. Javelins are good against Ogres, Hellpits, any number of targets. We also do have the Berserkers and double Troll. The Trolls are, of course, there against Flayers and Doom Wheels and all that sort of good stuff. So, yeah. We got big old Throg Daddy. He's pretty capable of bringing down the big threats as well. And for the Skaven Horde, it is going to be on Pillar of Bone. He's got the double Poison Wind Mortar, which is pretty much a staple in this matchup. Poison Wind Mortars basically are there to kill Berserkers and, you know, the Javelins and things like that. On top of that, Aerocrastic has Doom Flayers, double Hellpit Abomination with a Gracier on a Bell, an Assassin, Censor Bears, and then a bunch of Skaven Slave Rats and different things like that around the realm. Yeah. No face cam today, Anthony Riley, because I am shirtless in my boxers and I don't feel like getting dressed. I'm going to be what do they? Well, I don't know what the term would be to call it, but yeah, nonetheless, it's 1:30. 32 years old, you know, working in my boxers, great stuff. Aerocrastic certainly very good. I would say like one of the things I've seen about Aerocrastic's play is he's one of the best players at using chariots. Like he's so efficient at being really annoying with chariot type units like early in the game and really just disrupting your initial advance. Like every time I played him, there's always a chariot like in your face, like trolling through your battle lines, and it's just like if you don't deal with it, it can really cause you a lot of stress. But in this case, I guess a little bit apprehensive with the Doom players because there are trolls nearby which can charge them. But hot damn, look at the damage those mortars are getting. It is just such brutality. See these mortars, obviously not a lot of HP, or the opposite, a lot of HP damage, but not a lot of models killed. And now we do have the flares coming in. Of course, Falcon has plenty of micro to match this. You can see the Norse controls are going to be rushing to intercept, but the flares do get in there. And will they be able to pull back? Yes, they will. They're going to pull back before the Stone Troll Steve Austins are able to catch them. One flare might have gotten caught up here a little bit wild, but oh, you know what? This is actually pretty good. He might bunch up like all the stuff for the mortars, but it looks like, oh, there's going to be a big old pendulum going down to the back. Brutal pendulum right there by Falcon going down the Plague Monk Censor Bears. My goodness, that was really, really nasty. Now here in the front, man, Skaven Slaves taking that initial beating like champs. We do have the Doom Flayers kind of ingrained in the battle lines. And the mortars are getting good splash damage, hitting Berserkers, and oh, the dreaded 13th spell is here! And you can see the Storm Vermin summon is active, and it actually did some pretty good damage to the Marauders. And Storm Vermin aren't the best, but they can certainly hold back Berserkers and their ilk for quite some time. So now we have the Hellpits battling against Berserkers and Throg and the Premier Balefiend, but the cool part is for the Skaven is that the mortar teams are going to be dropping some big bombardments, and if you're able to bunch up your opponent, like, oh man, like this is Value City right here. The mortars are just wrecking all this stuff at the cost of a little bit of HP off the Skaven Slaves and things like that, but man, that is brutal, brutal stuff indeed. So here comes Javelins. Javelins are throwing downtown into the glorious Hell Pit Abomination. So very well played there. Good target priority there by Falcon, able to wear down that Hell Pit. But if you don't finish off the Hell Pit Abomination, that beastie will come back to haunt you in your dreams, and you're not going to enjoy it. A big overhead view. Falcon's going to be falling back with his Javelins. They have taken a lot of damage from those mortars. Both mortar teams still are functional at this point. And you know what? I'm thinking about Falcon's build. He must be trolling a little bit because pretty much everyone brings Skin Wolves in this matchup. That's one thing that's like just a hardcore staple. And the double Hell Pit Abomination is there to help fight against Skin Wolves in tandem with the Assassin and the Plague Monk Censor Bears. That's why also Plague Monk Censor Bears perform pretty well against Skin Wolves with their Discourage effect and some other things like that. So it's a pretty damn close battle. I would say, pretty down the pipe. A little bit of a deviation in the bounce of power. The Grey Seer here is isolated by the Stone Troll Steve Austins, and they're certainly beating down the Doom Flayers and are more than capable of beating down the Grey Seer if it stays, exceptionally still. Now back in this blob though, Aerocrastic has lost one Poison Wind Mortar. It looks like the Norscan Hordes and the Berserkers have finally advanced there. The Assassin and the Hell Pit Abomination going after Throg, and Throg's kind of getting whooped on, and Falcon will wisely pull that bad boy back. He of course regenerates as well, so that's going to be quite a clever play. But the other Hell Pit Abomination is coming back, and man, the healing procs on Hell Pit Abominations are so gross. Falcon says, I was never trolling with trolls. That's not me. Oh yeah, totally not you to bring, these unorthodox builds. But yeah, Skin Wolves are often referred to as Wind Wolves in this matchup. But perhaps, he was maybe thinking that Arrow would be going so heavily against the Skin Wolves that he wouldn't be prepared for the dreaded trolls. Who knows? But the Hell Pit Abomination's going in for a big old 2v1 right here. They're actually putting a bit of a hurting on Throg, who is afflicted by the Assassin's Trophy. Hell Pit Abominations are at about 1400 HP, and the mortars are shooting like downtown at those Marauder Hunters with Javelins. Definitely very nice. And Throg does get pimp slapped by that Hell Pit Abomination, and it looks like the Doom Flayers might be able to chase him off the battlefield. We will see. 780 HP. Some Norskins are going to be rushing in, trying to intercept. Is it going to be enough to keep the Doom Flayers back and let Throg come back? If Throg comes back, that's going to be quite nice. Hell Pit Abomination still healing quite happily. 2300, 2400 right here, 1000 HP on this guy. A little bit of Javelin support here from Falcon. He does have the Marauder Hunters, doing his thing. And in the distance, oh my god, this Grey Seer is just on vacation right now. It's just running around the map being hunted by trolls, but we'll see if the trolls are able to finish that bad boy off. Yeah, the dreaded 13th Storm Vermin, yes I did. Did a ton of damage. A big old Pendulum going down as well. Nice one there by the Norskins. Able to wreck some of those cheap Clan Rat and Skaven Slave Spears. I think they're all Skaven Slave Spears, but getting rid of the chaff is always nice to isolate the Hell Pits. And one Hell Pit actually did fall while we were looking downtown. The other Hell Pit Abomination is at about 1100 HP. And is rapidly going down as these Javelins are just making a heroic stand right here. But man, look at the heal! Hell Pit Abomination healing is so gross! Oh my god, up to 2500 HP. I think it was almost 3000 for a second. Oh, but Throg is back with the Steel Chair as well. The Wintertooth Crown is activated. Going to be giving Throg and all nearby Norscan troops Unbreakable, which is actually quite valuable at this point in the game when they're all pretty much on death's bed. Now, is Throg going to make his last contact here against the Hell Pit Abomination? Looks like he's going to be turning around, maybe going after the Flayer and or retreating. A little bit hard to say. The Trolls got a little bit caught up on some Clan Rat summons, so they got disengaged from the Grey Seer. Aerocrastic was able to be cunning here with his Grey Seer and sneak away from those Trolls, and now going to be making his way back towards the battlefield. And the freaking Hell Pit Abomination, man, this thing is just the hero that Gotham needs. 2000 HP, fighting against the Balefiend of Shadows. Looks like Pendulum's going to be going down. I mean, just clear out some of the chaff on the ground to make it a little bit easier, but I think that Hell Pit should drop the base. Balefiends are large entities, so the anti-large from the Hell Pit will count, but the Hell Pit Abomination actually goes down to the Berserkers and Trolls and Balefiend. What was this? It looked like it had like over 1000 HP, but down goes the Beast of Burden. Now, as far as what both players have, Falcon's got a pretty erect group of Trolls here, pretty pissed off. He's got a Balefiend of Shadows who's now broken, probably to be chased off by the Assassin, but he has some Berserkers, but Aerocrastic's got his Mortar still alive. He's got 2 Flayers here, but there are more Trolls as well. I don't know. This is going to be a really tight one, a very, very close game. Currently, Balance of Power is like dead even. You have to remember Trolls are pretty god-awful in leadership, so if they're fighting even against like Chaff Spears, they're not going to be happy. Clan Rat summon right there to battle the Norscan Trolls, which are already shaken, and it's funny because they're pretty much in perfect shape here, but they are still shaken and most certainly stirred as well. And here comes some more Trolls from downtown. Norscan Ice Trolls, or not Ice Trolls, but basic Norscan Trolls. Trying to get here. The Mortar team's trying to act like they're not a threat. They're like, don't mind us, we're out of ammo, but alas, they probably have a little kind of half volley left. Some of the Censor Bears do charge in, but immediately get taken to the scent, straight up candy shot by these guys. Plague Monk Censor Bears, asking them 21 questions as they beat down those juicy Plague Monk Censor Bears. And here comes the Norscan Trolls. Able to hunt the Poison Wind Mortars. Skaven do have a couple summons in the Grey Seer online, also the Flayers. and one of the trolls just randomly breaks. Like, I don't even know how they broke there, but we'll see if the Flayers are able to break the trolls here on charge. Maybe. Throg, in the meantime, is being run over, yeah, by those Doom Flayers. And will the trolls break? It looks like they do get the counter charge. Will they hold? 7 leadership, 4 leadership. The Doom Flayers also took quite a bit of damage on impact. Doom Flayers have good AP, though. Not that it matters too much against trolls, I suppose. But somehow the trolls, 11 trolls, lose to 3 Doom Flayers, which is something you would never expect to happen. I guess their leadership is just so god-awful that they can't help themselves. And it looks like Aerocrastic's going to pull ahead in this game. I mean, he's got 2 Doom Flayers, and even if the trolls could beat any one of these units in a vacuum, potentially, the fact that Aerocrastic has enough resources to surround those trolls is going to be a pretty big problem. And the mortars are shooting in as well. Oh yeah, what are the mortars going to do here? Let's see. They're discouraged by being attacked from artillery. They're now poisoned. 9 leadership. Of course they're able to out-heal that, but I don't know. I mean, are these trolls going to come back over there? I don't think so. Yes, it was 2 50-cent references in one go. I'm trying to step up my game here. I'll start mixing in some Tribe Called Quest references. That was probably one of my favorite groups from back in the day. All right. So here comes the Doom Flayers charging in once again. The Trolls got a little bit of a better charge this time, as the Doom Flayers are the ones that are shaken. And the Trolls did not take that much impact damage. I don't know, maybe Falcon can bring this one back? He breaks those guys, and now if the Trolls are able to kill the frickin' Greyseer Plague, the Trolls are trolling this game. What is happening? Like, these Trolls just were god-awful, but these ones are just like linebackers. And now you can see the Poison Wind Mortar teams are having to get into melee, and you can see their melee attacks are quite pitiful. They literally claw. If you look, like look at the Skaven attack animations here. They get their like little haggard rat paws and like try and claw the Trolls. But the Trolls don't care for them. They're just beelining after the Greyseer, which is smart. Not falling for the cunning tricks and traps of Aerocrastic. Falcon pushing through with the dreaded Troll Toll. The Troll Toll, the bell is tolling, the Flayers are rolling. It's just, it's out of control, Monkren. It is indeed. So the Greyseer Plague, 16 leadership here. The Trolls are hot on its tail. The Poison Wind Mortar team does come back. What do we have here? Those Flayers are running for the hills. Oh my god. Is it going to come down to the Trolls versus the Flayers here? Oh my god. This is going to be insane. This Greyseer is very, very close to breaking. Unholy Clamor is activated, which does do it has a chance to overcast and blow itself up when it does that. So it does about 200 damage there. And the Trolls are just dropping the beats here. Beats by Dre from these Trolls. And you can see the Greyseer, 142 HP. And he's going to break, and the Trolls are going to get him. Balance of Power comes dead even. Oh my god, and the Greyseer is beaten down by the Trolls. I cannot believe this battle. Oh no, but I didn't see this. There's a Skaven assassin on the far side of the map. We'll do a little bit of fast forwarding here. This is perfect. This is buying plenty of time for Random Nix and Loopy to finish their series. And here comes the Doom Flayers. Going for the kill. And now it is going to be the Doom Flayers, the Poison Wind Mortar, as well as the Assassin are the final minions left in this game. So here they come. Are the Trolls going to be able to win this? I don't think so. I think the Assassin is going to be able to pick off enough Troll models. And what's going to happen is Aerocrastic is simply going to get the Doom Flayers around the back of the Trolls and then try and break their leadership, which is going to be strong. They're sitting at 25, 43, and here come the Flayers for the rear charge penalty. Trolls are holding surprisingly well, though. I guess they have a couple chevrons, but oh my god, this is just so close. And the Assassin is at 16 leadership. He's picking off Troll models. They're shaken. This is just down to the freaking wire. Oh my god. Look at this insanity here. 17, 35, 37. The Assassin shanking away. Oh my god, is Falcon going to pull this one out with the dreaded Trolls? No freaking way. I thought he was going to lose this game like 3 times. Trolls are OP! Nerf them! Nerf them into the ground! I really thought the Assassin and the Flayers would kill that Troll. Or break their leadership, but no. Oh my freaking god, what a game. That was absolute insanity. Well, guys, there you go. There's our celebrity match from today's ECL. Couldn't believe that. And we have our next game from Random Nix and Loopy. I think it's, what is it, 6? Game 6? Yeah. Next map. So let's go ahead and fire this bad boy up. ECL Game 6. Trolls OP. Let's rush to the forums and demand that the trolls be nerfed into the ground. I feel like I should cast that game separately. Like, it should get its own video, so I'm going to keep that replay. I don't know why I saved my replay from earlier. I should just delete that one. You guys already saw it. All right. So, this is the next match. So let's go ahead and get the scoreboards pulled back up. A little bit of a hybrid, kind of relaxed environment stream today. Random Nick's currently up 3-2. If Random Nick's wins this game, it's the series is over, and he'll be qualifying for the grand finals. Dude, I can't believe that troll won that. That was some insane shit. Great play between those two players. Screen sniping. Stream sniping on a replay. I'm not sure how that works, but, you know, I'm not going to question it. So, this is going to be Random Nick's on the Tomb Kings facing off against Loopy's Skaven. For Random Nick's, let's go ahead and take a look at his build. He's got two groups of the Skeleton Horseman Archers. His main battle line is going to be Skeleton Spearmen. Secondary line is going to be Tomb Guard, and we got a big Boner Giant. Boner Giants I love against Skaven. As a matter of fact, I like using two of them sometimes. Pretty solid, because they can snipe Skaven artillery, they can endure, they have enough HP to like take Jezzail fire for a long time, and they can certainly cause some serious problems for sure. So we got Skeleton Warriors in this first, Tomb Guard and Skeleton Spears in the secondary, a Screaming Beam Catapult, a Boner Giant, Tomb Scorpion, Arc in the Black, and a couple Nekar Horsemen and Chariots for backline disruption, which I think is good. One of the common tactics Tomb Kings used to do against Skaven was like all-out bum rushes with like mass Nekar Horsemen and a couple other things like that. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. And now for the forces here of the Skaven and Loopy, down but certainly not out. If Random wins this, like I said, he'll be advancing on. So let us know in chat. Are you rooting for your boy ODM Loopy, or are you rooting for Random Nicks? Let us know where your allegiances lie here in chat. Yes, this is the finals of ECL 7, correct? So, for Loopy, he's got Natty Boobo Sharpshooters, a bunch of Skaven Slaves, Skrulk, Rat Ogres, of course, very efficient against Constructs, Helped Abomination, Skrulk Daddy, Plague Pack, and it looks like Council Guard mixed with the Ixchus Triads here in the back line. Solid army. Really only one ranged piece, so this Skaven army is going to have to advance and push forward, so... yeah, these are the battles that you did not get to see on the previous qualifier. We're in the grand finals right now. Yes. So now the Skaven Horde does have to advance. The Bone Giant and the Catapult are going to dictate so. The Bone Giant and the Catapult could probably countershoot against the Natty Boobos. As a matter of fact, Arc in the Black might go forward here and just Spirit Leech spam the Natty Boobos. However, I definitely like saving Spirit Leech for Skrulk and trying to kill the Skaven leadership with those things, but yeah, we'll see. So Random Nick's coming in, dropping a Spirit Leech here on the Natty Boobo Sharpshooters of Loopy. Able to get a little bit of damage. You got to be careful, though. Liber Bubonicus plus Jezzail Fire could really put Arc in the Black in a seriously bad position. Screaming Beam Catapult shooting in, and you can see here that Loopy's Natty Boobo Sharpshooters taking a bit of damage, but nothing these rats can't survive. Yeah, this is a qualifier. It's the finals of a qualifier, correct. And here an Assassin going pretty balls deep after Arc in the Black, actually. Assassin's Trophy active, but Arcan is able to get away. He also gets out the Assassin Trophy. Looks like he took like one attack maybe from that Assassin, so not the worst thing in the world, and that's a rough start for the Skaven. The Natty Boobo Sharpshooters got eviscerated. You can see the Spirit Leech in tandem with the Catapult and the Boner Giant were able to do some really, really, really big damage, and there goes the Natty Boobo Sharpshooters. So here comes the Skaven Horde, advancing once again in the deep against the Tomb Kings. You know, it's not so bad because the Skaven army is pretty melee focused. They have a lot of Rat Ogres and also a Helped Abomination, so and Sensor Bearers and, you know, some elite infantry by Skaven standards, so they might be okay here. But so far, Random Nix has gotten the upper hand here in this battle. He's been able to force off the Sharpshooters, and yeah, now these Chariots are going to be running interference, which is going to be quite nasty. And here it comes. You know, you can see the Skaven Slaves here going to get run over by the spokes, etc. His people. Skaven Slaves love this. That's what they live for. It's what they're bred for. You can see one Chariot charge pretty much buckles the entire unit of Skaven Slaves. Yeah, the double Spirit Leech is very strong. Arc in the Black has an item that can refresh his spell cooldowns. So you use Spirit Leech, you use it, Spirit Leech again. You can back-to-back Spirit Leech really quick. Now, that's very intensive on your Winds of Magic and will hurt your regeneration in the long run, but it's certainly good for getting things out of the game early. Sensor Bears advancing, Ogres, Hellpits, everyone pushing up. The first battle lines of the Skaven about to advance here. Ixchus Triads will be quite good here against Nekar Horsemen because the Ogres are going to take the charge, and then the Triads can come in afterwards, only taking a minor charge, and the Nekar Horsemen will take casualties very, very quickly because Ixchus Triads are pretty good anti-large units. Skaven Slaves and Clan Rats have engaged. Skrulk Daddy coming over to assist in this engagement. Liber Bubonicus is activated here on Arc in the Black, very good usage. In response, Arc in the Black does come in with some Skeleton Warriors. And these bad boys are going to be rear flanking the Ixchia's Triads, which is quite nasty for sure. Ixchia's Triads aren't the tankiest of lads. They have very low armor values, as they are of Clan Eshin. So Skaven really looking to win this engagement. Looks like a Scorch going down from Skrulk. Beautiful one right there on those Skeleton Spearmen. But the Bone Giant and the Catapult's doing good damage against the Blight Scab's Plague Pack. You have to remember Tomb Kings have invested pretty heavily in their ranged assets, so they really need to get more value before the Skaven approach. And also, it looks like Random Nicks may have forgotten about these Skeleton Horsemen, which could be huge playmakers. They could be killing the Sharpshooters down here. They could be poking the Rat Ogres. Definitely a pretty big mistake to make here early in this game, but it's all good. Tomb Guard advancing on to fight against the Blight Scab's Plague Pack. Should be a bit of a fight, but the Blight Scab's Plague Pack should win that. They're exceptional at cutting through lightly armored troops, and you can see the Screaming Meme Catapult is able to friendly fire its own people. Chariots from the side going in, Cetra ordering these bad boys, Arc in the Black I should say actually. And the Censer Bearers are still doing very well. The Tomb Guard are getting killed very quickly, even considering that Plague Pack is being like 2v1 and shot by artillery. Those guys are quite exceptional. Now, in the back line here, we have a pretty aggressive engagement here. Loopy sending in his Ogres, his Hellpit Abominations, a lot of pressure going after the big, thick Bone Giant, and it seems to be going okay. Bone Giant's taken some damage, but the Tomb Scorpion is also fighting back, so there's a couple single entities here, and also, Kepra Guard, a lot of elite infantry. This engagement probably won't go terribly well for Skaven. They might want to disengage from there. However, if we look at this side of the battlefield, you can see an absolute disaster here as the Skaven are able to overrun the entire defensive formation of the Tomb Kings on this side. They're now going to be killing the Screaming Skull Catapult, and it's really unfortunate. These two Skeleton Archers have been forgotten the entire game. That's a really, really painful one. That's 1,000 gold just not doing anything, and when you're playing like the top level of play, that's enough to really punish you. Now, he does finally see these guys, and he's going to be probably chasing off some Ogres, which is a good play, so at least now he's immediately getting some value from them. But man, the Skaven still have a nasty pocket of Ixchia's Triads, and also the Council Guard are probably still lurking. There's an Assassin, and Arc in the Black is in good health as well. Tomb Scorpion and the other lads going after that Hellpit Abomination. And what do we have back here? I think these are Skaven slaves with spears. Yeah, perhaps so. So Skrulk Daddy pushing forward with his Skaven Death Star, now going to be attacking this Tomb Scorpion. Here on the far side, we have the last of the Tomb Guard being crumped down by the Blight Scab's Plague Pack. Like I said, exceptional against its light armor. There is some Skeleton Chariots here are going to be pretty good as well. Maybe if the Tomb Kings could force us into a bit of a kiting game, but it's kind of hard. Hellpit Abomination is very, very low. The Boner Giant was able to withdraw with the support of the Tomb Scorpion and some Nekar Horsemen, and he definitely wants to finish off this Hellpit Abomination. If that Hellpit Abomination comes back, it's going to be a disaster for the Tomb Kings, or if it gets some of those big healing procs. But here you can see Random Nicks really stepping up his game, going to be grabbing these Skeleton Horsemen, and I assume chasing off these Ogres and the Hellpit. If the Hellpit's allowed to come back, that could just be, like I said 100 times already in this cast, that could be an absolute disaster here in this situation. And we'll see. It looks like the Ushapti Summon's going to be used to block the advancing Skaven. Definitely quite nice to buy some more time to chase down this Hellpit Abomination, but Hellpit Abomination's getting a little bit of dangerous distance here from Arc in the Black and some of these other assets here. And the Skaven Horde, the Council Guard, are going to be a big problem. I don't think they're Fate of Buna. Nice Boner Shaft right into the back there of that Hellpit Abomination. Is it going to get its healing proc? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll find out here on the next episode. The Hellpit Abomination advances. Skaven Slave screening really, really good here from Loopy. Able to try and create some buffering there for that Hellpit. And oh man, is the big Chungus going to come back? He might. Pretty close, but no, some horsemen are right on his tail. Now back in this fight, the Council Guard are doing well. Obviously, Skrulk Daddy's very beat up. Ooh man, Random Nick should definitely grab this Tomb Scorpion and go after Skrulk. However, there's an Assassin here, so I think he's being a little bit cautious about that situation. Ushapti Summon, helping to deal with Ixchia's Triads. Hellpit Abomination still being chased, and at this point, Random Nix has it in the bag. I think that, not the game I'm saying, but he has the Hellpit Abomination Pursuit in the bag, so I think that, I think the Hellpit probably will not come back. We'll find out. So, remember, the balance of power is falsely inflated from the Ushapti Summon. The Skaven still do have an Assassin, they have the Council Guard, they have Skrull. So they have some pretty good staying power here. Granted, right as I say that, Lord Skrull gets Spirit Leeched and Terrified, which is, of course, a very Skaven thing to do here in this situation. And the Tomb Guard are holding. Council Guard still going strong. Did that Hellpit come back? I don't think so. I think those are the Rat Summons. So the Skaven Slaves did pop out of the Hellpit Abomination here. And, yeah, let's look around the battlefield, see what else is coming back. We got some Ogres coming back, some Ixchia's Triads. A lot of Rat Ogres suddenly actually just reappeared, and Skrulk is somehow stabilized. I mean, this balance of power is really, really heavily favoring the Tomb Kings here, you can see, but I don't know. I mean, I still think there might be a chance for the Skaven to come back here. Skrulk Daddy and company, I mean, if they can goon this Tomb Scorpion, the Bone Giant isn't exceptional in melee combat, and there's still a lot of, rallying Skaven around the battlefield, which could be quite annoying, but that would be a pretty incredible comeback for sure. Tomb Scorpion here is crumbling, and down goes the Tomb Scorpion, so that bad boy does fall rather quickly. And now Skrulk and his Council Guard. Let's see how many Council Guard he has left. I think these are Ixchia's Triads. No, he's only 52 of those. Skrull might have some summons in the back pocket. They are going after the Bone Giant. The Bone Giant rips a fat shaft into the face of this rat. Brutal stuff. And you can see Lord Skrull. Negative 150 leadership. That bad boy is broken. And the Skaven army is going to be going into mass exodus at this point. Well played. Well played indeed. And we have the last of the Council Guard here. And that should be all she wrote. Rip, my lovely rats. I've always struggled in that matchup as Skaven, to be honest. So Random Nyx was Tomb Kings, and that's going to be a 4-2 for him. Let me message him. All right, so Random Nyx is going to be advancing on with a 4-2 victory here in the Grand Finals over Loopy. Well played. Let us go ahead and add his name to the list of champions so far from this season. So let's go to the player list. We shall add him to Grom the Paunch's great recipe. So let's get his name and perhaps spell it right for once. I don't know why I struggle so much with this one. GG, well played to both sides. A solid match. Loopy, went down 2 games, scrapped back really well, came back. Potentially could have taken the series from there. It was a solid one. So far, I know the kills were pretty insane, right? On the Chariot. That was a fun stream. I got to play a little bit. Got to cast some tournament games. We got a celebrity game from Falcon. Yeah, 389 kills from that Chariot, dude. Like, bringing one Chariot is oftentimes just such a good idea. Like, they can really fly under the radar and get a ton of value. Random Nyx in chat saying that Chariot has a lot of rat blood in its wheels. It is indeed. All right, one sec. Yeah, man. Crazy stuff. So now for the Grand Finals, we're going to be having our next qualifier probably this weekend. I'm not sure, Saturday or Sunday. I'm going to make sure I don't conflict with other people's events. So I'll announce it in the next couple days, but Telexlan, Soothsayer, Anticity, Falcon, Flying Taco, Fistech, Zero, and Random Nyx in the Grand Finals. They'll be competing from anywhere between probably $300, maybe up to $700, depending on the sponsors. But I'm going to be seeking some sponsors. Currently, we have a couple sponsors for the event, so it's going to be pretty fat and thick. I'm very, very excited for this. So well played. Yeah, Random Nyx has gotten to the finals or the semifinals, and most of the qualifiers has been performing really well all season, and does clinch this victory here in qualifier number 7. Yeah. It was good, man. It was a good scrap. Well played to Loopy as well. I know Loopy had to deal with some lag issues in the first few games. I mean, both players did. And that can affect different players in different ways. So sorry you had to deal with that, bud. Hope to see you back for qualifier number 8. Do you think you could do a 2v2 on a giant map with the players have no lag issues? Andy, not right now, but I could do that for a video. Yeah. So now let us go back and look here at the kill count. Oh my god, 389 kills on that freaking... I know, Random, and you even forgot your Skeleton Horseman for like that whole game, and still were able to pull that off. Yeah, Bone Giants are so good against Skaven. I'm a huge fan of Bone Giants. I used to bring 2 in this matchup. Like, it's so much fun. 2 is probably overkill. I think the 1 is probably fine. Yeah, the tactical reserves are OP. Random Nyx showed us that. Yeah, he played really well, though. Man, his Arc and Harass was good. Spirit Leeching and getting rid of the Jezzails early was also incredibly impactful. CA should just make ECL its official tourney for Warhammer. Hey, I'm down, man. If they want to, hit me up. Hit me up, dudes. All right, so that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you to all the mods for helping out. Appreciate all of you guys. It was a super fun event. You got to see the dreaded tactical reserves in action. One more qualifier, one more chance to go. That is going to be your last run at this season 5. We'll see if somebody can dethrone the current king, Falcon. Falcon is the Dark Lord of our ECLs. He's won 3 of the 4 we've had. Xiphos has won the other. So we'll see. Perhaps so. It'll be quite a bit of fun. But mods, thank you as always for helping. Thank you guys so much for your generous donations as well, dudes. Really appreciate it. You guys went pretty ham today, as always. Let me go down the list. We have... Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah, by the way, I'll probably be doing Crusader Kings content in the next couple days. Maybe a stream, maybe a video. I'm not sure. I'm going to kind of play around with it a little bit right now. So we have donations from Spellbound, Mr. Erlinson, Trey Davis, Thompson, Evans, Paolo, Ephraim Va, Matthias, Soren, Allen, King, Dragonborn, the Melee Slon. Oh, sorry, I missed these. Yeah, Melee Slon, thank you so much, and Dragonborn, appreciate you guys. For some reason, those ones didn't appear initially. Cincinnati of VA, Ozkirk, Pete, Samuel Christensen, Ben Lopez, and Nicholas. Thank you guys so much for your generous support. Yes. Yeah, Falcon has won 3 faction wars. He certainly Quite an intimidating opponent here. You think he's bribing his opponents? Well, you know, that's a conspiracy theory you guys can stir. I certainly don't think so. All right, guys, thank you for joining. As we go to the player list, the die is cast just about. We have one more qualifier coming this weekend, so stay tuned, guys, if you guys want to play. Yes, anyone can sponsor ECL. As a matter of fact, I have 2 sponsors listed for ECL right now. Both of whom are just, you know, community members. But if there's something you want to promote, you can run it past me. And if it's something I'm okay with promoting on my channel and you're sponsoring a tournament, I'm more than happy to do that. So, you know, I'd love to support small businesses you guys are running and things like that. So, yeah. And if you want to play, let me go ahead and get you guys a link. Dun-dun-dun. Right people. Here you guys go. So if you guys want to play in ECL, so I just dropped a link. That's where you sign up. Just watch the general chat. Keep an eye. You know, I'll announce it there, and that's where you sign up. And anyone can play. You just have to follow the tournament rules, which are listed in the tournament rules section. And that's it. All right, that's it. Thank you guys for joining. That was a super fun stream. I know there was some pauses and delays and a little bit of lag, but it turned out to be a really fun one. Really appreciate all you guys. And until next time, stay tuned for some Crusader Kings and then ECL this coming weekend. It's going to be a blast. All right, cheers, my friends, and you guys stay safe through Nurgle's Plague.